Welcome to a Patreon game called Blowback. It's a Cyberpunk Red story taking place in the Dark Skies version of Night City, which is just my version of Night City. Um, that said, for the Patreon game, I like to do things that are new and fresh, and I do plan on changing my Tuesday night game into a Cyberpunk Red continuation of my Dark Skies story. And I thought to kind of pep up the beginning of that game, I would go ahead and start the story off with a bit of a bang, a prologue, if you will. One of the fixers in Night City that has been pretty renowned in this arc is a fixer named Grease. Grease has a strong grip on South Night City, also known as Haywood in this variant of Night City 2046. He is a bit of a selfish individual, though, and it has come to light to a number of parties, interested parties, that he was responsible for the disappearance of a well-loved fixer in Japantown named Anika Chowdhury. She went missing about a month or two ago, and in that time, parties at B have learned some interesting facts about Greece's connection to said disappearance. Namely, a gang in South Night City known as the Joe Boys. Their leader, individual named Junior, son of the gang's founder, is very interested in causing some problems for Greece. And he knows that moving his people across the city or across South Night City is not exactly something he can do very well. So he's hired some hitters and wants to make sure that it's well known that this goes down and this fucking asshole basically gets what he deserves. That said, that kind of back information has already come to pass. I would say at this point, the group, as it stands, is sitting in the El Coyote Cojo, which is a bar not too far from Mega Building 3. The place where Grease resides is a nightclub called the Astral Sea that resides inside of Mega Building 3. Most of the people who are present here have been to it one time or another. It's a pretty, central location for punks in South Night City that are looking for jobs and gigs, the like. That said, the group as it stands includes one character who is played by a player who unfortunately just got their second booster and wasn't able to join us tonight. So I will be DMPCing that individual. That individual's name is Blank. He is a solo, older looking guy, probably been around since the 2010s, 2000s. And he, full up armored, seems to favor the assault rifle. Just a very rugged looking gentleman. Out of character notes, Elizabeth Crystal would know Blank is Shaker. Shaker is Blank. Spotlight has come to that information accidentally, although he is not 100% certain. Sugar knows Blank's full backstory, even though the player Jijo does not. Blank is a solo named Shaker who was prosthetically changed facially and had an identification rewrite to ensure that they weren't able to be located by Militech because they caused some problems with them last time they were a person. Striga is familiar with Shaker enough to know that Shaker is Blank, Blank is Shaker. He's not a terribly great actor. He does have voice modulation and a different face, but it's the same guy. And Tark,
Right.
you were the one who actually put the new face on him, so yeah, you're pretty sure that
Oh yeah,
this
I know.
guy is this guy. So that was going to be the funny prank at the beginning, where Andy explains, his new character, and then I explain to everyone that they already know that he's not new. And then
Honestly, what I'll do is I'll just pull out his insurance card with me, basically his
Andy.
bodyguard, and I'll hit the tag on it, and it'll just show him where he's at. I
Perfectly
got
fair.
you, bro.
Perfectly fair. Um,
And then what I actually do is I'll hit something on my arm, on my glove, and then like I have like pigmentation in my skin.
Mhm.
I'll hit the button on my glove, and my face like flickers, and it just like Rorschach and
Uh-huh.
Watchmen, incognito. Like it just keeps blotting differently. You can still see my eyes, my cyber eyes. You can see my mouth, but it just like makes it weird for sensors to pick up my face.
Sure. And I'll mention some things regarding that. That'll be important too. But since you've already kind of gone a bit with the descriptive on your character, Dan, go ahead and explain a bit more about how Tark looks. I'll post that up there.
So he's basically just wearing a poncho. He seems to be like the poncho is like bulky, right? The dude basically, you can tell there's a body in there. That he's athletic. There's two SMGs on like his side. He has on a like a kind of like a satchel, but you can see that it has like hypo jets, air hypos. There's like a leather pack, basically a hard shell case that you would know if you opened it was a set of scalpels, tools, things to open. Uh, um, maybe some drugs, chems, pain modulators, those sorts of things.
Gotcha. So, yeah, pretty simple. And I believe he also has cyber eyes, and he has glasses as well. I didn't draw the glasses on the picture. I just wanted to make sure that was a note to kind of add some functionality there. That said, also in the group, sitting in the bar here, would be another member of kind of the same rolling crew, Shaker, Tark, but kind of like tangentially to the sides of that is Crystal. So Elizabeth, go ahead and describe your character to those involved.
So Crystal is kind of a party girl. She is blonde, from a box, and a little overly tanned, like she's put on too much self tanner. She has cyber eye, tends to wear a linear frame these days, even though it's not on my sheet for some reason. And she really likes her guns, which she has named various lip products like lipstick, lip gloss, and chapstick, depending on what kind of day it is. Um, and yeah.
Okay. Also at
Lovely.
the table is Striga. Chat, just a short description, or however long actually, description of your character, and I'll get a picture here in a second.
Striga is like just generic. Like in appearance, something similar to like a fully uniformed SWAT officer. Yeah, head to toe, armor, equipment, gear, suited up. Doesn't talk much, and pretty much anything they say is directly related to the business or the job at hand. I'm assuming Striga was kind of brought into this by Blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Striga knows who Blank really is and what the significance of that information is.
Yeah, something that you might have picked up on the pictures, and I'll go ahead and kind of relay this here. I do want to make sure you're kind of aware. Striga is basically from the same kind of unit that Blank was from in his youth, and has served with Militech as well. Was an operative during the 2030s for Militech, and basically where the two would work together in tandem. Striga would be the one who enters in and secures the asset, or finishes the job, whereas Shaker would be the one that supports that effort. So Striga is very much the cold-blooded killer type, like face-to-face, make sure the job is done, where Shaker is more of a just general soldier.
Striga is a point man or woman.
Correct.
Can't really tell.
I believe they use
when Striga speaks, it's I mean, I'm assuming this is okay, but Striga has just like a very basic sort of like voice modulator, I guess. Not something that has a lot of utility, but it just distorts their voice enough that you can't really determine You know.
I was going to ask. I believe in the lead up when we were discussing, Striga uses they them pronouns, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But like I was saying about knowing Blank's history and the significance of that information, Striga doesn't really care. Striga's the kind of person that likes to mind their own business and
Yep.
other people mind their own business.
Job's most important. Makes sense. Okay. Also with the crew is newer face to the group. An individual that Crystal has come to know a little bit, but still kind of like the acquaintance is in its infancy. The individual is named Sugar is the handle. And Gito, go ahead and tell us a little bit about Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar has kind of this. I think probably the first thing that someone would notice is her VR goggles are pretty much always on. She's always ready to interface with the net as needed, either for business or pleasure, her own pleasure. She's got colorful hair, kind of like in these sort of like gradients of purple and magenta and lavender. She is arrogant and abrasive, rude. But she has a heart of gold. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out.
She's short and slim and slight, and she's ready to get this fucking show on the road.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We love the short queen.
Absolutely. I will go ahead and real quick or post. I forgot to show it when I mentioned him, but Blank is that one. And last but not least, so far at this meeting, probably the one carrying most of the conversation is Spotlight. I believe some of you are already familiar with Spotlight.
Everyone's familiar with Spotlight. I'm a name recognition. Every home and house. You watch the streams, you know what I'm about. By the way, can I just recommend, before we do anything, we should enjoy a nice spunky monkey pose to camera. Anyway, Spotlight is a larger-than-life character. He's very moody. He goes with the flow. He really doesn't have much self-control. You know his feelings. If he's happy, you know it. If he's sad, you're not going to see him. If he's angry, watch for your throat. His slice and dice might just garrot you. Anyway, he has, light tattoos, chem hair, chem skin. He is all razzle-dazzled out, and he is ready to have a great show for his audience.
Absolutely, of the group, the one that stands out the most, and I mean this very focusedly, is Spotlight. His handle very much fits the bill. Despite that, Tark, you've rolled with Spotlight, despite his energy being a little different than most punks that you've rolled with in the past. He fucking did some crazy shit at that Militech storage facility. No joke. He is larger than life and seems to have like a devil-may-care attitude that's graced by his luck. So those that know Spotlight, despite Light not being able to stand Spotlight, know that he isn't bad to have in a fight. That said, the situation is well known. Walk into Mega Building 03, walk straight into the hallway that leads up to the Astral Sea, walk in, enter into the side room where Grease is normally located, find him, kill any security detail that's currently defending him, or any gangers that might be present defending him. Kill him, doing your best not to scoop him when you zero him. Do not shoot his head off.
Oh no, I already have a lot in store for him.
Okay. So again, I'm just relaying the mission so it's
I have
known.
paralytics.
Perfect.
He got some pretty interesting cyberware. I've looked at his profile. I have a net runner that kind of does a bit of a game. I know what he's packing. I want to extract him as best as I can, hit him with paralytics, and then go to town with him when I put him in my cryo vat.
To be sure, the Joe Boys don't want him alive. They want
Oh,
him
he'll be dead. He'll
Yeah.
be dead.
They don't want the body. They just want the bits. So
Yeah.
you
Oh,
can-
they want the bits.
like the tech bits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you can keep the rest. The rest is yours.
I'll take organs and stuff.
Right.
Just
Rip,
no headshots.
Yeah, rip that shit all you want. Yeah, just
Wait.
don't-
Can I talk to them maybe because I want like some new like
Are you wearing
Ner-
a latex glove?
for painting.
Okay.
Very on brand.
Yeah.
Very on brand,
I'm
though.
painting too.
Yeah, painting the walls with their
I kind of want like some neural wear,
Sure.
like increasing reflex time. If he has anything like that.
If you mean to say, Grease does?
Yeah.
Oh, it again. His cybernetic loadout is, not super well known. You do know he has a neural-aware processor because you have to kind of have one for an internal agent.
Well, he's
to
been
use.
scalping people's neural wear for. It's his MO.
Yeah, no, for sure. But Grease is kind of not as connected to like Ripper Docs. He wouldn't be someone who you could find much about. Again, you would know that he's a neural-aware processor. It's possible he has speedware because
Okay.
of that. So
Okay.
hacking his system is not going to be something that you can do. This is in Cyberpunk 2077. We're not there.
I know.
Okay.
Typically, EMP grenades, EMP.
Oh yeah. That could work if he doesn't have EMP.
So we
killing.
need we need
Will
some
an EMP not ruin the hardware?
disables it.
Okay.
Could frag it though.
Hmm.
The Netrunner is correct.
Yeah, if there's a chance of the hardware getting wrecked, better avoid any of that kind of interference.
Yeah, definitely.
Put a bullet in him.
Blank goes, yeah.
Cut it out.
Fuck yeah.
No, just drug him.
Whatever.
Look,
I pull out my slice and dice from my thumb and say, necks are always vulnerable.
hey,
Cut out the
Makes a
agent
great
and
show.
then hand it over. That's all that matters here.
more than fair.
As long as I can make sure I get a great shot of it going down, that's why I'm here.
And you would know that Spotlight is here to ensure that. So knowing that you would be kind of traveling with a well-known individual, you have a face scrambler, Sugar. Face scrambler, if you're familiar with Cyberpunk 2077, it's what scavs wear. So their face is all like blurred out all the time.
Yeah.
And then Crystal, you don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've done worse.
if anyone gets mad about you exacting justice on someone responsible for Anika's disappearance, I mean, then they weren't paying attention.
Yeah, they fucked with her best friend, so
Spotlight is obviously not camera shy. Striga is in a helmet. And Dark, are you going to be covering your face at all? Excuse me for the belch.
I mean, I've been around Spotlight quite a bit.
You've
I
already
know
been on
his-
camera.
I
Yeah, you
know.
have.
I'm just playing to it.
Very good.
I mean, I like that I'm, my skin's all pixelated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can make it look however you want. Okay, so then the main question, again, regarding operation, we'll have that discussion here in a second. But for my purposes, just so I can be ready for when we get to go time, are you going mid-hours or are you going during the closed time? Now, keep in mind, you're probably saying to yourself, well, we go in the middle of the night. No, this is a nightclub, so it's going to be open till 5 in the morning and running through cleaning processes probably till 7 a.m. So if you're going for it during its downtime, it's the middle of the day, like the afternoon time. Like you're going in at noon and smashing this place up on lunch break. If you're going in during operation hours, it just depends on when you want, but it's not going to change what I've got on my side. If it's running, there's going to be people that aren't security. And if it isn't open, then there'll just be security and security operations in process.
is it like one of those like busy nights?
Depends. It's Monday is the day that you're going
Monday.
in. Yeah, literally.
Okay, so probably not.
You don't have a lot of lead up in this. Joe Boy is I want him dead. I want his house burned to the ground. I want it today kind of situation. So you can go Monday during the day, because you're currently at the Coho right now. It's probably 10 a.m. So
Hmm.
you're either going in the next couple hours, or you're going to wait until nighttime and then go in when the club opens, or well after the club opens.
I'll only say the benefit, as far-fetched as it sounds, if we go at night, there'll be other observers to what we do, and on the off chance they haven't seen me and know who I am, they'll be able to tell their friends, and the word gets even further spread.
Marketing, I like it. Good.
About how much of a dickhead that Grace is?
Because I can see the face. They are having some trouble right now. It's like this fucking...
No, it's all Sugar.
Okay.
Sugar is just like
She's serving out like just
what the
absolutely annoyed
fucking
looks.
fuck? And she'll kind of like nudge Crystal. Who is this gonk? I never heard of him.
Do you have your data pad? Here, pull up, enter streaming website /spotlight. You can catch my reruns right now.
The streaming website that he mentions is so there are a couple of local nets, right, that kind of operate in and around the city. Local nets are basically places where people can stream information. Most things that are kind of pulled from it are called screen sheets, and they're just like the news. I think getting
Oh
feedback.
God, he's gonna go into this again. He's
Oh.
gonna send you his link. I get back to mixing files.
Basically, the information that's been mentioned to you is a citywide and NorCal-wide situation where people try to kind of become media figures, and they have a certain amount of credibility or like notation, and you're kind of thinking to yourself in your head, and you kind of remember hearing about a guy named Spotlight who was responsible for a job about 6 months ago where the train up in Westwood, I think, was blown up, smashed into a Militech like storage facility, and a truck drove off it like into the sea. And that
That's
was
just a
that was
casual
that was
day.
Spotlight. They called it the train fall of 2045.
Sugar will never admit to knowing that out of spite.
Perfect.
He's just some guy. It's fine.
I would say in real
It's
life,
actually a really brilliant play.
in
Chico.
real life,
Yeah.
basically think of him as like a local celebrity or local influencer type.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. It's like an influencer, but with guns
Yes, and murder.
and murder.
It's
And
And my
Cyberpunk,
daily
baby.
fitness streams, and after that,
Hey.
my video game streams, and after that, my walkabout on the street streams, and my fashion streams, and I do everything.
He's still got copies of the train fall of 2045 brain dances if you want to relive the experience yourself.
Exactly.
You know, that could be fun.
Sugar has checked the fuck out.
Hey Tim,
She's staring forward with her goggles on, not nodding, not shaking her head, not making any kind of gesture. Just, what am I doing right now?
Tim,
Where
just so
am
you
I?
know, Tark would have a fix for Spotlight. There's a particular drug stem he would offer you basically every week. That would basically make it to where for 24 hours you don't have to fucking sleep. You just you don't need to sleep at all. Period. There's none.
I can get a lot of streaming in.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Subathon.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like it would be useful for everyone.
I'd give this to Spotlight. I've worked with
Like
him
my
in the
sleep.
past.
I'll be
Mm.
fine.
It's physically problematic.
Is it all related to the same drug that went down on the weird boat afterwards?
No, that was Black Lace, baby.
Okay.
You know about Black
That was
Lace.
a sexy party. That was
Yeah, that was
that
Lace.
was wild.
I believe Tarkin Zigzag and several other people had sex.
Let's take out his little tincture or dropper and just do some synth alcohol.
Yeah, currently not in the drug. But literally, like, I assume Tark was like, "Yeah, that's Black Lace, baby, hell yeah," and then like, "Yeah, that's Black Lace." Yeah, and then pulls out the alcohol, takes a swig. It's just like Black Lace. Gotta get over the hurdles.
He's not that ashamed of his. It's just a fucking drug
It's
addiction.
not ashamed. It's
He's
more,
no. He's
Yeah.
a recovering addict.
Exactly.
He just drinks now.
it's
There's
more
no
of the
shame
nightmares.
here.
Anywho,
So are we going when I can get a drink at the club, or are we going when I can't get a drink at the club?
Blaine kind of looks at you and says, "You know, you can just take what you want if there's no one there, right?"
You don't get it. It's fine.
All about the VIP treatment.
Yeah, you gotta. I don't want to pour my own drink.
Uh-oh. he seems confused by it.
That's why you go to a club.
I mean, not this time. We go to a club to kill the fixer.
I mean,
Sugar
yeah.
flips up her goggles and looks at Crystal like.
There's many reasons
back
to go
down.
to a club.
There are. Not the
That's
least of which
one
Why
of
not
them.
make business with pleasure?
Yeah, you can do both.
So we're going tonight? Says
Talk
Blink.
about that.
I mean, if everyone wants to go at night,
I
we
mean,
could go right when they open.
they want it done today. They want it done as soon as possible, and I have no problems accommodating that. So let's
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, if you want to go now, we can go now. Like, I got a ride. I can call up Salt. We'll be there in no time.
How do you feel about this, Shaker? What do you think? You ready now? I mean,
What the fuck did you say?
Who's that?
He says as he looks at you like super mad.
I have a big
Shaker.
smirk.
Do you? I mean, blank. Do you want me to like shake things up and
Dude,
add like a profile
guys.
for you?
Fucking seriously. You remember what happened to Salt's new car 6 months ago, right? Keep it
Oh,
on
he
the
just bought
fucking
that.
If she knows I'm around, it's not going to be good, okay? I don't want any fucking monkey wrenches in the job here, okay? Chill with the
I mean, nobody's broadcasting.
chill with
chill
the
out.
naming, chill with the using my dead name, okay? I'm not that guy. I moved
All right,
on
but
past that.
blank.
I'm sorry,
Do you
I
want to get your
forgot.
new name out there?
No,
'Cause
I
I can
don't.
help you with that.
I don't want that either. Because apparently it's not working very well. He looks at everybody who knows who he is, despite his efforts to make it the case that he's someone different. And he says, if my name gets out there and my face gets out there, I'm pretty sure Megan's going to find out and I'm fucked. Okay? So just
I just
chill.
feel
Yeah,
like you need to fight your problems head on.
No.
But
You have
your
far worse
secret is not
relationship
safe with
problems
this
than I
crew.
do.
No, it's not. It's not absolute. Thank you. You know, I do like netrunners. They're always very cool. And
No, your
collaborative.
secret is not safe. You're
No.
fucked no matter what.
I'm saying I'm agreeing with you, and you said with this group, and I specifically am agreeing with that part.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Come on, blank. Since you're not who you are,
Fuck it. He pulls
but you
out
know
his-
what I can do.
He pulls
We're
out his
good.
agent and like literally like old timey man like is dialing on it, and he kind of like puts it to his head. He says, "Yeah, Salt, man, we're over at the Coho. Can you drop by? We got about like 6 people. Yeah, we got 6 people. Can you give us a ride over to the to O3? It's not that far away. Just walk. Fuck. Okay, fine. Fuck it." And he closes the thing. I'm going now. He stands up and grabs his assault rifle and like chambers the first round and starts walking towards the door.
I can recommend a therapist.
He stops.
Seeing that he's obviously shaken, I would offer him some alcohol.
He stops when Crystal says, "I can offer you a therapist." He kind of turns around and he says, "A good one?"
Yeah, there's art therapy. I took it. It was fun.
Yeah,
The therapist is just Shisho.
he comes back. Yeah. She goes in Night City. He comes back to the table and we'll spend a couple of moments with Crystal transferring deeds. And then after that kind of goes quiet, not really adding much to the conversation. But it does seem that of the group, he is absolutely ready to go. Like, if you wanted to go right now, he's ready. You want to go later?
Okay.
Great. Also yes.
Very good. You look like you know how to handle your business. What's your assessment of when we should go?
Who are you asking?
Rigga.
Oh, yeah, wasn't expecting that.
Helmet kind of tilts to the side, like confused.
Yeah.
You see me over here? What?
Very specific.
Striga, like,
everything.
yeah, you're like, when? And Striga's just like, pull out a gun and cocks it.
So you'd rather go now, during off hours, during the middle of the day.
Oh, sorry, Chad, to interrupt. I do want to mention something about the weapon that you just pulled out cocked. So you're wielding heavy SMGs, but Striga's SMGs are custom, and Striga's kind of loadout is designed so that Striga can fire 2 of these at the same time, right? But also, like, where it kind of has the front loadout there's a button on the side that if you click it, a blade ejects out the front, and those are Striga's heavy weapons. So Striga just
Sick.
fights with the SMGs like punching gauntlets. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
I love the visual I got in my head right now.
Halo.
yeah,
Love that.
it is.
Yeah, I
very
was gonna
memorable.
ask about Painless and who we decided was using that.
It's sitting on the table right now. Now that we draw the
Okay,
attention.
well, we're definitely taking that with us. Does it have any special ammunition, or is it just fire regular ammunition?
Basic. It's basic assault rifle ammunition. And those at home, Painless is a minigun. Special rules. It's similar to a Tsunami Arms Helix, but lesser. But it has a potential for more rounds hitting.
All right, Spotlight goes to attempt to pick it up and like see how he could handle it. Just
Body
because
ache?
it'd be really badass for the stream if I handled this bad boy and realized.
It's
And I
okay,
set it
honey.
down.
I can
Sadly,
do this
I
one
don't
for
think it's
ya.
gonna be best for. Yeah.
But Spotlight does have a gold-plated weapon already.
Yeah, I'll just rock. I pull out my gold-plated AK. Like, I'll just use this.
Classic.
Does Sugar pick it up?
No, probably not.
Or I'm sorry, was that
You mean
Elizabeth?
Crystal?
Crystal.
Crystal, yes, sorry.
Crystal.
No, yes.
Yeah, she would pick it up.
Cool.
It's lightweight. It's not very potent, and you'd actually know based on its caliber and barrel size that it's not a Tsunami Arms Helix, of which you have one. So if you're going to
Yeah.
go heavy loadout, this is gold-plated and not as good.
Oh.
Regardless, like
It
Striga
also
was over
probably
there
doesn't
like
match her outfit.
Whereas the Helix would at this point.
Yes. Everything's custom painted.
That's funny. Just like everything matches and then gold.
Does Tark pick up the Painless?
I mean, I could.
Yeah, it's honestly, you watch as Tark picks it up like it's a toy. Like, he seems to be as strong as Crystal, who you can see is wearing a Sigma linear frame, which is basically like an exosuit that makes her capable of heavy lifting.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Tark just reaches down, picks it up, and lifts it up. There does
Can we
not
get
appear.
going? You know what I mean? And I'll run up to Shaker, trying to, or not Shaker.
Or Zandy.
Stop using his
First one's free.
old name, please. For fuck's sake.
It's gonna come out
What's
during
his-
the stream.
Okay, so I'm
Blank.
pretty sure everyone in this group, except for Zijo, has messed with Black Megan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not. No, Chad,
We
you
don't-
haven't?
I don't believe. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Inadvertently.
Yeah, you know that she is a cold-blooded killer that doesn't stop at anything. Like, she literally jumped out or off of a motorcycle through the windshield of a brand new car to smash Salt in the chest, putting him in the hospital for weeks. And
One thing that you might have learned about Tark over the
fair.
course of his experience with following Zigzag is he's turned into a junkie. Not just with black lace, but adrenaline. He likes being in really, really, really dangerous situations and almost dying and getting out.
Oh, then he should definitely take Painless.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, it's a
Yeah.
heavy weapon. I shoot SMGs. I don't shoot heavy weapons.
It's an
Oh, that's-
auto-fire weapon.
Then
You
yes,
can do
I'm
it.
taking that motherfucking gun. It's mine.
That's fine.
It doesn't match my outfit today. I should have worn some gold.
Auto-fire is for assault rifles as well.
Yeah, Striga's better off with their SMGs.
Well, I need to go pick up some ammunition, like a lot.
It's
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
I'm taking it all. I need a new
We have all the
backpack.
ammo we could use.
However much
Yep.
basic ammunition you want is basic ammunition. Any custom or any special ammunition that you have on your character that's with you, if you use it in future reference, it won't be available. But if you use basic ammunition for these engagements here, it won't be tracked.
See, John, on my character sheet, I have 3 flashbangs. So I have those, but if I use them, they're gone, and I have to
Correct.
buy new ones somewhere.
But if you use just basic like gun ammunition, you're good. That's the only thing that
Yeah.
basically it's Overwatch rules for that. Like there is no ammunition cost other than reload time.
Sorry, I'm figuring out this character sheet. When it comes time to like load up the vehicle, if we're
Yeah.
taking like all that basic ammunition for this.
There is no vehicle. You're walking. It's literally
Yeah.
a block away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
Salt
guess
said, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not ruining my new car.
fair.
They're
my
charging
new
you a
car."
block.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I guess Striga will help Tark carry all that extra ammunition.
Okay.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head that Striga, any extras. Like I'm not about to go shopping.
Yeah.
Really not much time for
So,
it
yeah.
Fair.
And just so I know, no headshots.
on Greece.
Don't destroy the tech. So probably no grenades.
Do we have any idea of what to expect if we go there this time
I
of
mean,
day?
he's not going to be alone, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
Understand that
obviously.
we're going to be. You're going to need to be using grenades. Like we're going to have to.
So
But
go
no
all
grenades
out.
on him.
On correct. Yes, I like that. But
You've seen
grenades
this-
are
Grenades,
mooey.
yes. On him, no.
Yummy. Grenades are the best.
So you have seen, those of you who have been to the location, you know what the security is going to be like. They're pretty standard security officers that will be on staff if there's no populace present. It's presumed that they might have some gangers that are present. Greece does happen to be kind of tied at the hip to a gang known as the Red Circles, who operate in South Night City, who you have probably messed with in the past. But there might be some gangers present. There might be some security officers present. There's definitely going to be some Netrunner security there. There's going to be data fortresses in place, more than likely. You'll have cameras. You'll have security lockouts, etc. Some shit you'll have to deal with on site. And some of you would be familiar with a Netrunner known as Red Eye. And if you recall, Red Eye was more loyal to Greece than to Zigzag and Anika. Red Eye was very commonly utilized as Greece's main contact on some of these jobs. So if Red Eye is present, one of the best Netrunners in Night City is currently one of the best Netrunners that you're aware of, rather, in Night City, is on staff for Greece.
He's alright.
You also know that his personal bodyguard, Kenji, is a former Arasaka specialist, so possibly very deadly point blank, close to close. If you're in tight quarters, it's going to be a hard fight, even if you have the big guns that you can bring out. And I would say that's it for known security issues.
In other words, grenade the fuck out of anyone that is in Greece.
Correct.
Yeah.
Red Eye never signed my NDA or signed my freedom to use her vision, so them's the breaks.
That is really funny that you remembered that. If inspiration were a thing in this game, I'd give it to you. That's insane. Yeah, that Netrunner never signed the NDA.
Fair play.
Holy shit. But yeah, those are the breaks. So however you want to proceed, that's up to you. During the day, more security. Holding the place.
I don't mind going in guns blazing.
But no
Not with this new gun.
But no civilians would be present. Going in, the civilians are present, but keep in mind, this is Night City, so civilians are not a known element of, I'm running away, I'm scared. If shooting
Some of them
starts
could fight,
happening in Night
yeah.
City, people probably are going to shoot back.
Yeah.
Right. People are more likely to have a gun than not.
Everyone owns guns, yes. Why wouldn't you? They're like super affordable.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pennies
So
on
I'm
the
assuming
dollar.
when we do approach the target building, Striga's going to be on point.
That makes sense.
People with more experience in this game than me, would it be ideal to have one of my SMGs loaded with like anti-armor and one of my SMGs loaded with, I guess, hollow tip?
As you're
Or-
having that thought and kind of like looking at the clips and the guns are kind of sitting on the table, you see Shaker pull out AP rounds and load up his assault rifle, throwing back the chambering of the Militech Ronin. Kinda gives
you mean
you
you mean you mean blank?
No. I mean Shaker, because that's how you think of him, and you're not saying it out
Oh,
loud. so
right. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah. In all honesty, it's actually not his first name change. His first name was oh man, what was his first character's name? It was started with a C. Anyways, the point is Andy has been playing this character since 2020. Okay, like not in real life, 2020, like in
The
game
game.
2020. So he is like a 48, 49-year-old badass who has seen a lot of Night City, and his face has been changed because of it.
That's fine.
And I'm getting tired of changing his fucking face.
Hey man, if you had a fucking whole like mega corporation after you, you would do whatever you could. To
Yeah, but at this
Yeah.
point, I just think it's funny.
yeah,
Right?
because he's not good at it. He's not.
Because
Yeah.
I'll be honest. If you guys, the ones that have known Tark and Shaker, like Shaker and Tark, like they're like this. Like I keep this man alive.
And he keeps you alive by killing everything that's
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
kill us.
Oh yes, symbiotic. Yeah, but they've been working together for a while.
Absolutely.
They're like Odette and Crystal.
Indeed.
Ah.
But yeah, daytime or nighttime?
Friendship.
I'm assuming daytime, right? That's what we
Yeah,
agreed
let's
on.
go in the day.
Sounds like daytime.
But Salt too. What? So Salt's driving?
Salt's not coming.
No.
No, Salt basically told us to shove it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Go fuck yourself. It's a block. You can walk."
Sugar and salt.
So
Right.
Salt
Sounds pretty
and
salty.
There's also
Shaker.
Pepper.
There's also a character named Pepper, and there was
Yeah.
also, there's also a character called Mover. Mover and Shaker.
Who's
It's
gonna
good stuff.
make a character named Paprika?
Aww.
Deal. Okay, if you're going during the day, a lot less stuff on the board. And I'm going to move you into a map. This is not ultimately saying that you're here yet. I'm just satisfying my own curiosities.
Is marching order important? Suppose that's something we can sort out when we get there.
Mm.
Try to
John,
figure out
could
if
you
we're gonna have
help
to
me make
approach the
that
building.
minigun on my character sheet, or do I just roll and then you tell me what to roll?
So
I've
when-
been looking through the rule book and I don't see it.
What are you asking? Oh, the gun?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding it. I'm sorry.
No worries. It's not in there. It's not a real thing. It's in
Okay.
the if you're looking for the stats for it, it's actually in the
Discord?
yeah, the Discord. I will tag it. Pin it.
Oh, I found it. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So, moving on in.
I'm sorry, which ammunition did you say Shaker loaded up?
Shaker loaded one clip of anti-armor AP.
Striga will do the same for both their guns.
Okay. He is wearing heavy armor, just like Striga is, and he has a Metal Gear helmet, which is a classic from the 2020s. It is very high armor. His helmet is covered with like dents, but no penetrations. He is very focused on the job. And as always, when Striga and him have entered into conflicts, he says, follows up, and basically everyone will connect their agents. He has an earbud in his, so that we are always talking to each other.
Mhm.
But that's when you get on site. So if you're doing anything before then, let me know. Any prep? I'm going to say about, if you don't all say we're there, well, let's go. In about 15 minutes, I'm going to say that's kind of the deadline. You've moved across the street. You're on your way in.
I mean,
That's
I don't
fine.
really see anything else for us to do, right? I mean, I can. Yeah, no. There's really nothing else that I think we need to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I On my data
Putting
pad, I send out
Unless
a
the
message
Netrunner
to
wants to do
Sprocket
some
and say,
things.
send out the blast everyone's socials, let them know stream's going up soon.
You got it, boss. I mean, you can already tell, like, as you're kind of walking down the street, you're checking your agent, you look down, you can see that the site's up. There's, like, a really cool preload. It looks like it's you with, like, you know, the gold AK-47 kind of doing, like, one of, like, these. And you're with the Joe Boys, and you guys look cool as hell. This photo was probably taken a couple days ago when the job was actually, like, put out to you. You're like, okay, can I get a photo with you guys? So total poser energy, but, like, also rad. And yeah, anything else on the preempt?
No, not for me.
Okay, Crystal, what loadout or what weapon are you currently walking in with?
I would say we're gonna come in with the tsunami.
Okay, Tsunami Arms Helix, ready to go.
Yep.
And I'm assuming
AKA lipstick.
assault rifle on shoulder strap and cowboy on other shoulder strap, correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Tsunami is lip gloss. The cowboy is the lipstick.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I had grenades, where would they be on my character sheet?
You don't have grenades.
Okay.
Wetworks is not a grenade.
I have
type.
grenades.
This is the fight. I want to be right here. Grenades
That's
don't.
Shoot, 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 shoot.
Grenades do not work for confirmed kills. But the guy who does have grenades in this duo of Striga and Blank, Militech Ronin, loaded with AAP rounds on the onset, and it's a double barrel, or it's a he has a tape on his clip, so he has 2 clips, one for quick change, and then he has a underslung grenade launcher, and you saw him load the grenade launcher with a single smoke grenade.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess pretty much the order we see on the screen there, that's probably how they would enter into the building.
Okay.
With basically, like, Striga watching the right side and him watching the left.
Virtuality goggles go off the second you enter in. You see that there is a bypass counter. So basically, the best way to think of this is like kind of like a laser clicker that kind of like is present, that kind of connects a laser line between wall to wall. And all it really does is count that people are walking in. And you would know that operationally, this is to kind of keep counts so that they don't go over fire code. But during downtime, it's more or less used as kind of a motion detector or means of kind of tracking anyone entering in. It can be easily stepped over, but Crystal, since you've been here before, you would know right next to that there's a glass door, and behind that glass door is the first security station. And the security station is more or less to keep people who are drunk inside of the bar from escaping out of the bar into the mega building and causing problems for other establishments and also residents.
Yeah.
From experience.
So I'm assuming that security stations are first stop.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And real quick, you're not walking off the street onto this point. I want to make sure you are aware of that. You are walking into a very massive building. Think of the largest building you've ever seen in your real life, and then quadruple to 10 times size that building. The building is literally like 6 blocks wide and 6 blocks long, and it stands somewhere around like 300 or 200 feet tall. It is a massive building that houses basically an entire town or even a city's worth of people inside of it. Back in the 20s, most folks would call these arcos or arcologies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's probably some asshole in there.
Right.
So, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Are we where we are at on screen, or are we like kind of in
literally
transition?
right there?
Okay, cool. Striga raises their guns and looks over at Not Shaker and kind of nods their head and raises them at the ready and starts slowly moving forward.
Yeah.
Striga's basically going to move to like this place so they can peek in through the door and kind of check it out and see what's going on.
Make a stealth roll.
Okay. So.
And just so you have an idea of like area-wise, it's a little bit different than your Dungeons and Dragons and what have you. These spaces are about 2 meters apiece, so about 6 feet.
And so your move score is how
Your
many?
move score is it'll allow you to move a number of spaces equal to what your movement is.
I'm sorry. Where is stealth under technique?
It will be under. Great question.
Body.
Yeah, body.
Stealth.
Okay, so you got a total of. Okay, so how fumbling works, and you can see the math in the game. If you for all checks, you're going to roll a d10. If you roll a 1, you're going to roll a second d10, and whatever the result of the second d10 is, you're going to subtract it from the first roll.
Damn.
If you roll a 10 on a d10, you're going to take and roll a second d10, and whatever the result of that is, you're going to add it to the roll. So that is
Now,
what
is
is known
there?
as a fumble.
I got you. Isn't there like a some
Luck,
sort of?
but luck isn't a re-roll. Luck is spent before the roll, and what you do is say, I'm going to add X number of luck, and you should have a luck number. If you look at your token, it'll be the number on the right, the blue number, and you can spend as many of those as you want per roll. For each point spent, you add 1 to the result of the roll.
Yeah, probably not going to help me here. Let's just roll that d10.
Well, no, it's already in the math.
The extra d10, the extra fumble.
The -4 is the bad.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
see.
You
so
gotta
the one above that, that's like
Tark's composition was a 10, and then the 4 was
Got
the
you.
second roll.
Yeah. cool.
Mhm.
So basically, what happens is Striga
Figure all
kind of
that out.
locks up and then kind of moves over, and as they're walking over to the door, the shoulder pad kind of grazes against the wall and kind of makes a sound. Sugar, I do want to make sure before we get too far ahead, have you mentioned the laser line to the rest of the group through Hollow?
Yes.
Okay, so you kind of notate it and actuate it, and so they can all kind of tell where it's at.
Is that something only I can see?
Yeah, because you're Netrunner goggles.
Can I, like, literally right now on the map, can other players not see that?
No, you can see it for real, and everyone can too.
No, but I'm talking about on Roll20.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
They
can see it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I wish I could make tokens be vision only for one person, but
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Oh, that'd be so sick.
if it's
Okay,
possible,
so-
it's beyond me. I'm not that cool yet. Maybe one day.
So, Sugar would say, hey, you fucking meatheads, watch out for that laser over there.
You primitive screwheads.
Ooh, good call.
Okay, so Striga, you'd actually be about here-ish when you make that noise. The second the sound hits, you hear a, what was that noise? Come from inside of the security office, and then you hear a toosh sound, which is a auto door being slid open.
Is that the door right next to me?
You can't really see it yet, but you will be able to if you come around the corner.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. I thought the door, the face of the door was adjacent to the hallway.
Yeah, that's kind of like a light pattern on the ground, actually. But yeah. That said, you kind of, step up there, and
I mean, I am prepared to kill anybody that comes within arm's reach.
you do hear a guy. So go ahead and make an initiative roll, and anyone who is going to engage in this combat, go ahead and make an initiative.
Yeah.
It'll be
If I go first, I'm gonna do something stupid.
very quick tutorial to the fights.
Striga has pretty
And
good initiative.
We'll let you know too, there is no way for me to roll in the pocket for Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk is going to be a very bloody mess in that if I scoop your head off, I'm sorry. It's not me, it's the dice.
Yeah.
Where do you roll initiative? I don't even remember.
Up at the
It's
top,
at the top.
And does
left.
Kariznikov add to my
you
initiative?
can
roll?
decide to use your Kriznikov now.
Yeah.
No, sorry. No, Kriznikov should already be included. So click on edit.
I'm sorry. This new
No, it's
character
okay.
sheet
Up
is
at the
Oh, I
top.
see it. It's literally at the top. Okay.
Yeah, but
cool.
wait, hold on. Before you do it, see where it says edit underneath your hit points?
Yeah.
Click that, and then up at the top you'll see it says initiative mod, and then put a
Okay.
1 in there for your Kriznikov. The Sandevistan is something you have to activate when you roll initiative. Crystal has a Sandevistan, and so does Striga. Sandevistan is a one-time use for this initiative roll only, but you add 3 to your roll for the turn, or for the
So
combat.
then a 13.
Okay, cool. So everybody's rolled up. And yeah. First on the docket looks like it is going to be the officer. You hear kind of like a sound as a round is chambered, and a gentleman comes out far enough for you to see him. He appears to be wearing a medium armor jack, helm and armor, basically full kit out. And you can see that there's a logo present on him. You're not familiar with the logo, Striga. This is not a security company that you're familiar with, but there's so many corporations in Night City who would know. It's probably a private detail, and no doubt is probably associated with one of the mega corporations anyway. That said, when he pops out, he's carrying a very heavy pistol, which the second he sees you, turns it upon you and takes a shot point blank.
He didn't even ask any questions.
Nope, you're not supposed to be here. So when it comes to targeting, you make the attack roll, which would be the top number, 19, and then you consult a chart, which I am trying to do. Oh, it's got it right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great. That is so great. Okay, so I'm within the first range increment, 0 to 6, which means 13 is the difficulty value. If you want to hit in Cyberpunk, it's not target number meet, it's exceed. So 19 is higher than 13. He point blank shoots you square in the chest with the handgun. Your chest takes 16 points of damage. So what you do at this point is you go to your armor rating on the right side of the thing. What is your stopping power on your body armor?
Stopping power on
Your medium or heavy armor. What is it?
13.
Okay, so then you're going to there should be like a edit option at the top there.
Yes.
You're going to open that up and then press the arrow next to the armor jack, and then change the max AP to 12. This is called
So the AP is -2.
I don't know. AP is something else. Don't worry about that. But
So,
the SP, the max that you're looking at now, you're going to change
right.
that to 1 lower than what it was. And you're
Okay.
going to then take the difference between your armor value before you changed it, 13, and 16. So you take 3 hit points of damage.
Okay.
Now, let me explain what happens in detail so you understand the mechanic. He pulls out the gun, points it at your armor chest, and pulls the trigger, trying to get in between like the grooves of the armor and get past the plating. It hits, but it dead on just displates on one of the plates on your chest. It ablates the armor, causing that portion of the armor to no longer be functional, thus reducing the stopping power of the armor, and it wounds you. You can feel a bruise kind of hit in that portion of you. Since he didn't do a doubles on his rolls here, there is no like critical wound, so you're fine. It's just a kind of a bruise on the chest.
All right. My turn.
It would then go to Sugar's turn.
Real quick. I think I might have accidentally messed up my HP. Was my max 55?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I started clicking an arrow and it was my max and not my other one.
Okay. So Sugar,
I think
you're
Tark is 14 as well.
It should be 13, but I wasn't on the board, so I rolled again.
No worries. Fixed. And Tark is in lighter armor than Striga, so presumably a higher reflex. So Sugar, you're up on the docket.
Sugar is going to.
Now, a couple of options here. You are within range to connect with this laser light and fuck with it. Now, you could just turn it off, and that would just be you'd use your action. You would use your net space action to enter into the system, and then since it's a simple system, you'd use your second of 3 actions to just destroy or turn it off. You could also just make it like have a tally count. Like think of what you want to do with like the hacking process, and the sky's the limit on this. Like if you wanted to say it like, oh, it registered 80 people walking through, so the people inside are confused and think there are more people coming for them than there are, or shut it off, or whatever. The sky's the limit on what you could do with this simple system.
Okay, let's keep it simple for now. What do I need to roll to like disable it?
Nothing, because this is a simple system. You'll be able to
nice.
jack in and basically disable it. So since you're a distance away, you have, I think it's a total of 8 squares that you can. No, it's 8 meters. So no, it's 8 squares. We did this before with Carbon. So you're able to kind of get into it from your position behind Spotlight and the like. It's
Okay.
8 squares, not 8 meters. It's a total of 60 meters, I think. But anyways,
I think I have. So like, okay, so I can interface with like simple shit like this from like what range?
so it's 16 meters or
Okay.
8 squares.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And so you basically look into your virtuality goggles, pull up your cyber deck, do a quick kind of like, tippity tap, and then it stops functioning.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Okay. Until you or another person with net access turns it
Okay,
back on.
quick. And so, like, quick question. So, because I have interface 4, I
Mhm.
can take up to 2 net actions,
Correct.
right?
And the
Or is
first
that
one was
only?
that is correct. So the first one was
Uh-huh.
connect with it. The second one was turn it off.
Okay, got it. And that's Sugar's turn.
Okay. Tark.
So, seeing that it's just this one guy that kind of
Mhm.
got the drop on us, I'm gonna basically, with my right hand, I still have the painless attack. Like basically, I'm holstering it with that hand. I'm gonna have my sling with my SMG, my kitted out heavy SMG, and I'm just gonna kind of dash up here, point blank,
Wrong token.
auto. Oh, wait, oh, sorry, oops.
Okay.
And yeah, just auto fire with my heavy SMG.
Okay.
I don't
Go
see the
ahead.
point in using painless yet. So.
Right. Makes sense.
Let's see. How do I?
So you click on, it'll be in the combat section.
Sorry.
Under range.
No worries. Okay. So you walk up to him point blank, and you're, this is actually incorrect. I'll explain why. Interesting. How does that work? Bear with me here.
Very heavy pistol.
No, yeah, it uses heavy pistol ammo. That's true. And it does count as one for single fire, but sorry, bear with me. I'm getting used to the new system as well, Dan.
You're great, man. I had auto fire enabled on the profile when I. Oh no, did I? No, that was painless. I had it enabled.
Switch it to this one. That's what you need. Sorry. Thank you. And then click it again. I'll use the first result.
Well, now it's like the fucking screen is like nothing's working when I click on the.
There it goes, but that's painless. Okay, hold on.
Nothing else is working when I'm. There we go. I can't control my screen.
Yeah, I
Weird.
just took control of you for a second. You should be back to you now. But like I said, we're going to use the first roll, okay? And perfectly fine. So, okay. So 20, and then 0 through 6, 20 is exactly what you needed. So, sorry, was one shy of what you needed. So you're basically walking up to him and pulling the trigger in the auto fire.
It should be smart linked. Is that not included? Like my gun, my heavy SMG, like is a smart link gun.
Yeah, it didn't add the +1 for smart link. So it
So
would
I
have
don't-
a +1.
I'm sorry.
So no, it's perfectly fine. So it'll do 2d6, and we're going to use the first die roll for the result. So it was a 6 and a 3. So it'll do 9 damage. Basically, you walk up to him. He's wearing a medium armor jack. You shoot at him, and it's just a bunch of sparks flying all over the place. The basic ammo just slams into him and doesn't penetrate.
Okay.
Okay. Mark, you're done. Striga, you're up.
Okay. Both of Striga's SMGs are. This is with auto fire and they're
Well,
smart.
Hold on, because you're a solo. Quick note. You would know that auto fire at this kind of range is going to be a little bit more difficult. Like optimal, like SMG kind of firing is about 7 or 8 meters away.
I got you.
You can just drop the blades and punch him.
Yeah, let's do that.
And blades.
But I will say, if I do manage to kill him, what I'd like to do is catch his body on my arms.
Okay, well, let's focus on the fighting first. So
Okay.
You're going to make an attack with your heavy melee weapon twice.
Right. Okay. So
And then I'm going to attempt to evade.
let's see. Can I spend luck points on these?
You can, but you have to do so before you make the attack roll.
Okay. So let's go ahead and just spend a luck point on the first one, just so I can see how this works. So heavy melee attack times 2. So bam, bam. Are those
Okay.
my?
That's really strange that it's rolling with no skill.
Yeah, it's rolling with like no bonuses whatsoever. And since they're on my SMGs with smart linking help.
No, not for blades.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it's got nothing for my weapon skill.
hold on. I see what happened there. That's real weird. It will be melee weapon. All right. So just to make sure it's right, I'm gonna click it one more time. Okay, moving forward, it's accurate. And then your bonus is a 6
11.
and a 5. 11, thank you. So the first attack would have been a 16. My evasion failed, so it's a success. So he'll take 12 damage. When you're using bladed weapons, it does not count the full SP value of the armor before going into it. It halves it.
Nice.
So he's going to take 6 points of damage. And the second one, 3 plus, that's 14. He will not dodge that one either. So he will take 7. No, hold on, 6. He'll take 8 points of damage from that one. So as you kind of, and that's actually going to trigger a thing. More learning about the combat. So you come in and you basically see the, kind of go, and just slam the blades into him. You watch as the first one cuts into the armor, the second one like jabs into the armor as well. His armor seems to be ablated in the body section. You do see that he bleeds quite a bit from the wounds, and you would notice that he's now seriously wounded. Seriously wounded is a value equal to less than your hit point total. And then when you're seriously wounded, you just take a penalty to everything.
Is there anything else I can do with my turn? Like maybe shove him back into the room?
Movement. Your action was attack.
I mean, I might as well just stay where I'm at.
Perfect. Crystal.
So we are going to. I don't have a good line on him.
No.
Yeah, there's that corner. I was gonna try and use blank as a. Not a shield, but like a prop. I don't like these quarters. So we're actually just gonna move up here. And then actually right there, because then I can still get
Okay. Do you want to shoot at
Because
him, or do you want to pay attention to if anyone's overhearing this and might be interjecting?
Actually let's listen. Because
Well, what
we're
you can
not
do-
here to kill that guy, we're here to kill other people.
What you can do is ready an action to attack if someone kind of pops out, and that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
You would also know, having been here a lot, over here and over here, these kind of wall sections, they're not just wall sections, they have personal defense units that can be deployed out, which you know are heavy turrets that will basically frag anything in a crossfire in that hallway if they are activated.
Yeah.
But that said, you take your position there, you're holding and making sure if anyone pops out of the main bar proper, you're ready to shoot them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is the. Why isn't it doing that? Oh, the wrong thing.
That's the door
Because
to the
this is
astral
the
city.
door to. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. Okay, so you kind of take your position and immediately get to utilize it because the door's open with kind of a shh, and you see a security guard very similar to the one you're currently engaging with kind of peek out around the corner. Due to the nature of his defensive posture, the only thing you see is his head, so you'll be taking this attack at a -8. But you do get to make the attack, and I would presume it would be kind of like an aimed position. So go ahead and, at this point, make an attack roll with your assault rifle, or with whatever weapon you have.
Tsunami.
That's the one.
There we go.
Current distance is 16 meters, which means you are in the close to the sweet spot. So it's going to 15 to hit. 17 is going to be at a -8 if that hasn't already been included. So that's actually going to be a miss. You basically let the thing go. For those of you who are not familiar with what a Tsunami Arms Helix is, it is a minigun, but instead of shooting regular assault rounds, it actually shoots shotgun slugs, 12 gauge. So it's literally a sound, and you just hear kind of like that sound as metal is being kind of smattered on the other side. That. Exactly that. That's the sound that happened.
Thank you for the sound effects, Chad.
He is going to return
That's
fire
hilarious.
with his pistol back at Crystal. Same
right.
distance. He is going to hit. It's going to do 13 points to your chest. and you should know how to ablate and such.
Yeah, I just gotta find it.
Okay, and then he is done. It goes to Spotlight.
So, as you can see, we're just getting started. Remember to pick up. You can experience a similar thing to Segatari, Gears of Slaughter 6. Pick it up today in stores. And then after I do my little advert for Segatari, contractually obligated and such,
Doing it as you move up, of course.
yeah, I start running up. I come over here and kick off the wall and start diving at this guy, bringing out my slice and dice to wrap around his throat and try to tug it towards me to garrote him.
Perfect.
Full.
Go ahead and make a slice and dice attack. It'll be with melee weapons. And for flavor, I am going to allow... you should be able to just hit the combat attack. It'll add it in there. But I am going to allow you to kind of roll over him for the garrote. We'll go with that roll. I'm going to throw my evasion. But go ahead and click on the attack roll in the combat section, the weapon characteristic, so I can get the damage roll. But he does not dodge.
Sorry, I'm
Oh.
trying to find where combat is.
Sorry.
Weapons.
That's weird. Okay, no, I see. Clicking it so he does actually roll.
Cyberware. Custom. Is there a separate thing that I'm supposed to
This is -2. No, so he actually does dodge, sorry.
I'm alright. So it doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, you basically see a red line kind of appear, like like neon colored, come out of Spotlight, changing colors as he flips through, tries to get it around the guy's throat, and misses as the guy kind of ducks down, wounded, with like a grunt. Okay.
Spotlight go.
That's who just went.
No, they're off the map.
Oh, he jumped over them.
Oh, okay.
Is that fine, Tim?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't know I could do that, so that's actually perfect.
It sounded like what you wanted to do, so I just went with
Yes.
it. Yeah, he's going to spin around and he's going to just take the assault rifle and try and like bash you in the face with it, like everyone that's ever met Spotlight has wanted to do. Go ahead and make an evasion roll, and he's going to be making a melee weapon roll against your.
Oh yeah, 27.
Ooh.
Oh!
Ooh.
Bam! Smash in the face. I did not click the weapon because it is not a functional weapon. He's just doing a bludgeon, so it's going to just be 1d6. He doesn't actually have
really
one.
sad though. I critted and
You
so
take
do.
2 points of damage to the face.
Okay. And I don't have to worry about armor, right?
If you have armor on your face, then it's halved for the purposes of this, but
I have light armor jack
then you're fine.
on my face.
Yep.
So I
Gotta protect
ablate
the
this by
goods.
editing.
Well, you don't ablate anything. It didn't get through. So it hits you and it just kind of stops and bounces off the armor jack.
Okay. Cool.
Which I assume is like kind of like that clear plastic, like bulletproof visor that you had in the original Doodle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's done. His turn's over. It goes to Sugar. At this point, it is a full-on melee.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move here,
Mhm.
and can I use an action to figure, can I use an action to figure out where I need to go to get into the net?
No problem.
Into the architecture.
So because you're looking into the virtuality goggles, you can actually see that there does seem to be indicator, kind of notating that it's somewhere inside the room that they're in.
All right, cool.
There also does seem to be some sort of if you want to move up, you can kind of look around and see. You'll see that there is a log-on point here for some kind of physical hardware.
Okay, so I have an upgrade to my thing that gives me 8
Squares.
Can y'all hear that noise?
Yeah, I did.
Sorry.
It was something.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so I have like 8 meters.
Oh, it's 8 meters, not 8 squares.
Not 8 squares to be able to like.
Okay, so that's actually gonna be 4 squares. So I would say this one that's on the other side of the store you could play with.
Okay, well I'm gonna do my part. So
Okay.
I'm gonna fire with my very heavy pistol. Do I have line of sight from here?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, ouch.
Okay. That is going to miss wildly.
Okay.
I would like for Tark and
No.
Striga both to go ahead and
No.
make an evasion roll real quick for me.
Is that under fighting?
Yes.
Sorry, who was?
Welcome to Cyberpunk.
So this
Oh.
huge lumbering guy with a fucking SMG in his left hand and like a huge cannon in his right hand. Just
Like dodge rolls, like Elden Ring style. Just
can I just
Well,
move?
hold on,
Here, give me
like-
some movement on that.
Yeah, I'll allow it. That's a sick
So
move.
like Sugar rushes like past Blank and like hefts
Oh.
out this like massive pistol and like fires it off, and the recoil just causes the shot to go like off in some crazy direction, and she kind of falls backward onto the wall. And
I actually forgot.
sorry about that.
I forgot Blank's turn. Last turn. I'm gonna do it real quick. He goes on 7. That's why
Blank.
he runs up, draws a combat knife, and it's gonna stab. It's a very decent sized. It's a medium melee weapon. He's gonna attack. Nope. I'm not even gonna roll a dodge on that. I can't fail it. And he gets 2 attacks with his weapon. He misses again. Oh, it's not adding the. Oh, that is annoying as heck.
Dude, these character sheets, I love you.
They're good. They're
Just
just
not.
they're new. That's it.
I don't.
We'll get over.
I don't
it.
even know where to go to edit these.
There's a big edit button in each of the types. Like yeah.
Yeah, but for like +1 for Smart Link, like where do I add that?
There's a.
Don't worry about it. I
Yeah.
love you.
All in fire modes and special features. You can put that in there and just notate it. He swings twice and misses. That's fine. Let's move it on. Sugar just went. Tark, you're up.
So as I'm like dodging this bullet, I roll, take a grenade off my pouch. By the way, the SMG, it's on like a shoulder strap, so I just kind of let go of my left hand with it, so I still
Yeah.
hold on to it. Smoke grenade, and I'm gonna chuck it at the doorway over here,
Okay.
but rolling to here.
Yeah, perfectly fine.
What do I roll for throwing
Athletics.
grenade? Athletics.
Body.
Okay. I see it. There we go.
Yep. It sails across the way and hits kind of where you want it, like right there.
You would start to hear my painless start to rev up as the smoke grenade lands right there.
No, we wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not shooting it,
No,
but
I
I'm
know.
like, he's
for
positioning.
flavor, I'm okay with that actually. But yeah, I thought you were about to say it.
No. It's like,
sorry, that's my bad. Striga.
This guy in the doorway is still alive, so just
He's
stab
wounded.
him with
But yeah,
stab him with my gun knives.
do it. All right. He's going to attempt to evade. Let's see. Evasion. Fighting. First evasion roll. He dodges that. And the second evasion roll, he does not succeed. So he'll take 9 points of damage. And he has currently a 11 armor, which ablates again, but before blades at half, so 5. He'll take 4 real damage from this solid hit. And his AP is now a 9. Okay. Striga, you are done. It goes to Crystal.
Jeez. Well, then
Oh.
Striga's also going to move to here.
Okay. Crystal,
Okay.
you would know that if you can kind of get out into the open quickly and shoot, you might be able to kill him.
Yeah.
But it's a high-risk situation because if you're out in the open when he gets to shoot, it could be bad for you because he's still in cover.
Right. I'm thinking my sweet spot is. I don't understand this again. It's been so long.
That's why I wanted the one guy / 2 guys tutorial, like, fight.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's why we're here.
I want to be a little closer, right? To get a good shot.
Yeah, so you can move your movement, and if you look at your token, it'll be the green number on the left. And you can
Yeah,
move
it's
twice
6.
a number of meters equal to twice your movement. So if you just do it, it's a total of 6 squares. So 12 meters.
Okay.
You can move to there, and then you'll have a perfect line at him. But like I said, if you don't kill him, he will be able to shoot back at you, and you're out in the open.
Right.
Keep in mind there's a smoke grenade that's kind of obscuring.
It's not started smoking yet, actually.
I'm just saying it's going to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to move. Yeah, we're just gonna move there. Doink. And then we're gonna fire him with our lip gloss.
Okay. That will miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bunch of shots passing by him, hitting that corner. He kind of tucks in a lot harder as he sees it coming. You can't see his face because of the helmet he's wearing, but your assumption that behind it there's a shit that's kind of like, oh fuck, kind of face.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's pissed. She's just like
She kind of
yells like
slide-
ah!
She kind of slid into position, the linear frame kind of stopping her, and then just a spray of mess, and then he kind of reciprocates. You see him kind of raise up the handgun and kind of take a shot. He's game. Sorry, before I look at the roll, he is aiming for your head, so he has a -8 to his roll. He is 10 meters away, which puts him in the 15 range, and he will miss basically. And it just kind of glances past your hair. All right, it goes to Spotlight.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to. It looks like my slice and dice is messed up anyway.
Okay,
but
yeah,
we'll
it doesn't
figure
have the
out.
numbers. No worries.
Real quick, weapon type. That would be light or medium melee.
Slice and dice?
Yeah.
Oh, it's neither. It should have its own characteristics set into the thing. I'm gonna go to your character sheet real quick and try and
Okay, yeah. I'll let
quickly
you-
fix that.
I'm not gonna touch anything.
No worries, no worries. Slice and dice. Melee weapon category. Weapon type is not listed. That's fine. It goes with melee weapon. Close. I'm gonna do a test roll. It is, yeah, it looks like it does need a weapon type. We're gonna go with medium melee, and then we will attempt it. Perfect. That's what you want to use.
Okay. Cool.
And remember too, a quick note: rate of fire for a slice and dice is 2, so you can actually attack twice with it.
Yeah, I could have done that last time. Oh well.
No worries.
So while he's kind of like he's kind of distracted, doesn't know where to look. He might have faced them. I'm gonna turn around and wrap around once, and then for the first attack, and then if that misses, try to wrap around
Kind
again.
of pop.
Basically,
Yep.
I'm going to slice his throat off.
Yep. First attack, second attack. Okay. So first attack is going to be a 19 versus his evasion. He fails, and then the second attack, his evasion. Okay. Go ahead and. Oh no, yeah. So basically, exactly as you described it, you bring the monowire around him twice, and then kind of pulling the first one, you can see it kind of catch, and you can see the open loop still coming around. And as you kind of bring it, you grab him on the top of the head and pull back. And as you do so, you hear a pop sound as his head comes clean off, and you're looking straight at it with the video optics camera. You kind of raise it up, and on the
Fatality.
yeah, it's got the fatality logo blaring. A bunch of people just subscribe because of it, and like there's like crazy stuff going on the internet as you rip a human person's head clean off of his neck.
Amazing.
Okay. Any movement from you?
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Since you're the only one that's inside, you'd actually see there's a terminal inside there that looks like it's kind of like net runnery. You don't know the details. You're not a. That's what was your guy's name again?
Sugar.
No, your guy's name.
Spotlight.
No, Spotlight's
Sprocket. Sprocket.
Yeah, your guy. That's Sprocket's job. You don't deal with that shit, but you know what it is. It's something that Sprocket would deal.
Aw, my friend has a dog named Sprocket.
He's
a Boston Terrier.
I said.
I mean, a
Sugar.
Boston Terror.
I let Sugar know. Sugar. There's something in here. Not my fruities, but looks like something up your alley. Some kind of input thing.
Not my fructies.
Color me shocked.
Kind of tosses the head aside, or like drops it down and does like a field goal kick, and then like runs out. Are you moving out of the box?
Yeah. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4. Okay, that's 4, and I could probably 1, 2, 3, 4.
Blank turns around to Sugar just as that happens, and he says, "There's got to be security devices for the PDUs. Make sure you turn them off. We're not going to be able to hold that position very long." He says as he moves out from that position behind Tark. Tark, you feel a hand on your shoulder, grab it. He pulls on you quickly off to the side and drags you back behind or
I let him.
beside Striga. As he does so, he yells out to Spotlight and to Crystal, "Get to the other fucking door, quick!" And as you see him kind of do that, he kind of like looks inside of the security terminal and is kind of looking out that way, concerned. That moment, Crystal and Spotlight, the two of you hear a whirring sound, and then the doors on the side walls like kind of disappear in the hallway as you see two minigun turrets kind of slowly extract out from their positions, and they start firing.
It's because we're blonde, right?
The blondes, yeah.
I'm just trying to give people a good
Oh,
show.
no.
I need the two of you to make evasion rolls.
Okay.
Has that smoke grenade done anything yet?
It will start activating on your next turn, so that the guy will be covered in smoke. It won't matter for the those systems, but yeah.
Hashtag oh no.
Yeah.
I could have rolled.
What is
no.
evasion under?
Fighting.
Okay.
Fighting. Okay.
So don't pay attention to the damage or anything. The number that you're trying to meet, or sorry, you're trying to exceed, is 17. If you if you exceeded that, you can move a number
Crystal.
of squares equal to your speed, or sorry, equal to half your speed, or you can fall prone. Your choice. But if you stay inside of the area of effect for these turrets, and just so you understand, it is basically a massive line going out this way, and a massive line going out this way for that one. They're literally just cross-firing across the way, shooting everything.
Yeah.
So if you failed it, you're taking damage. You only failed, or it only got you by 3, so it's only going to do 2d6 times 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. It'll go against your body, so SP counts, and then ablate your armor, and then take damage as response.
Okay. So how much does my armor get ablated by?
It'll get ablated by 1.
Okay.
But it ablates after you take the damage. So what's your SP right now?
Currently I have light armor jack, so it's 11.
11. So you'll take, it'll be 24, 11, 13 points of damage, and then you're going to ablate your armor.
By 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Close.
And double checking.
Did not ablate.
I did roll doubles, so hold on. I need to bring out my book. I don't think I can find this relative. Actually, maybe I can. Critical injuries.
1, 2, 3.
Injuries.
So roll 2d6.
No. When you are shooting, because you usually have at least 2 dice. If you roll doubles, then you deal a injury. I don't know why I'm not finding it.
I know on page 220 is a trauma team table for critical injuries to the body.
Oh, great, cool. So I'm gonna roll 2d6. You said.
Yep.
You're already on it. Okay, that's great. Cool. 2d6. Tell me what the result is for an 8.
8 would be broken leg.
Okay.
For critical injury.
And go ahead and just copy and paste, if you can, the block of text for that.
I mean, I'm looking at a physical fucking book.
Oh.
It's -4 to move.
What was the page number again?
220.
Okay. Bear with me for just one moment, folks. Thank you for being patient.
Gotta load it up.
We are trying to be the best at the rules. As you can see, some of the turns go by really fast because it's stuff I've done 100 times. Some of the turns take a minute because we're still getting used to some of the nooks and the Andor crannies.
Playing Cyberpunk with a paper book.
Oh, yeah.
The irony.
No, dude, I love it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's,
I do want to get the book eventually, though.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm kind of jealous of it. You got it in chat?
Same.
Yep.
Wait,
Negative
you-
1 to move.
So,
Which leg do you want to have broken?
pick high or low, Tim. I'm thinking.
Hi.
Okay, so it's gonna take your left leg. But yeah, you basically it hits hard enough in your light armor jacket, shatters the leg, like the femur probably, and so it definitely hurts a fuck ton, and you kind of
Yeah.
almost drop to the ground in response. But
Real
yeah,
quick, how much damage was it that I ended up taking?
it was only after the armor jack, it would have been a total of 3.
3 damage.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But the emotional damage is much higher.
Mm.
Emotional.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Me all fucking week.
Crystal, were you diving down or were you moving?
Moving.
Okay.
I moved here.
Okay, so you're still in the zone. So then,
Yeah,
I
but we're
didn't-
gonna move on the next.
no, that's fine. I didn't hit you, so I'm only doing 2d6 to you just straight.
That's
it's not going to
fine.
be multiplied like the damage was for. I'm sorry. Not 3, Tim. 13. Sorry.
Okay.
So 9 damage to you, Crystal. Your armor will stop that.
Yeah.
That was
So just -1 on the armor.
no. It has to go
No.
through to a blade.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
If I'm shooting you and you're wearing Metal Gear, like 17 armor, and they can't pierce it, you're literally just standing in a rain of not gonna matter to you.
Just
Nice.
Yeah.
T-pose.
You can T-pose.
I
for the
can't.
win.
I can't. I can't.
I don't know. I
T-pose,
kind of
I'm
saw
trying to
Crystal
T-pose.
kind of twerking through the firefight.
She could.
17
Like
was
bouncing
the
it off her booty. Pop.
17 was the security officer that died. So Sugar, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna move into the space
Mhm.
and I'm gonna try to hack some shit.
Okay.
Wait, from here, if I'm in here, can I hack this shit?
So the controls
do
for
I
these
need
are
to have
actually in here. You could hack it from outside.
Physical.
You can hack it from outside, near if you're within range of it. But the terminal that I mentioned through Shaker, Blank, is here.
Uh-huh.
So you literally just pop over to it, pull out your mono wire, slide it in, and you can
Yeah.
jack into it physically. That being the case,
Alright.
I need an interface roll from you. This one has a security.
Rude. Okay, what do I roll?
So interface is skill, should be. Pretty sure. Let me double check.
It is not in my skills, for
It's
sure.
not in custom.
No.
Check.
I mean, I can add it.
Yeah, and you should have a whatever
So-
your rank in interface is,
So that's a 4.
and it
What's
should
the attribute?
use tech.
Tech.
No, sorry,
And
intelligence.
do I get any modifier? Oh,
It's-
intelligence.
It's no modifier.
Okay. Hey, I need all the help I can get. Okay.
No worries.
Now, how do I fucking...
Should be able to.
Oh my god, this sheet is gonna make me crazy. Okay.
Oh yeah. Close out the editing. Now you can roll it. Click on the word,
Oh.
and it should drop it.
Ooh, no.
Actually, success. So the
Oh, good.
interface DCs are not super high for kind of mundane security. Basically, the
Okay.
password was like, password.
Password.
So your first action for net actions, since
Mhm.
your meat space action was just tether in, was to break
Mhm.
the password. Now that you're in the system, you have
Okay.
one more action that you can do. There are no other programs or anything inside of this very narrow kind of simple scope data set. So again, similarly, the sky's the limit when it comes to operating inside of this function. The guns are still firing. They're still commanded to fire at any targets. And you can actually see through their scopes inside of your virtuality goggles and like pop-up chyrons, which are showing
Mhm.
the targeting beads. You can see like a kind of replay as you're entering into it of Spotlight's leg being shattered, it knowing it shattered his leg, and understanding that now he's a low ground target to kill. And knowing also,
Oh, no.
yeah, so you're seeing that these are very functional AIs that are present, or daemons that are present,
Okay.
but they're not like done for anything besides murder. So Do you want to turn
Can
them
I
off?
persuade them? Can I put them on?
You own them. You can do whatever you want with them.
Okay, so I want to put them on standby.
Does the gun stop firing?
And okay, so that's one. Is that one action?
Yep.
Or can I fuck around with them more?
It would be one action to stop them. And you're
Okay.
still tethered to
All right.
them, so during your next turns, you can use your interface actions to do other things with this interface.
Got it. Okay,
These are
cool.
very simple systems. We're not into the kind of harder
So,
pedigree of stuff.
Will it take some form of action to communicate to the group that I have, like,
Talking
that they're
straight.
under my control? Okay, so like everyone will hear on their little
Hollow.
headpieces, like on their hollow. I got the fucking turrets turned off.
Hell yeah.
Sorry about your legs, stupid face.
You're welcome.
Sugar done. Tark, you're up. And you see kind of Shaker give you like a hard pat on the shoulder. Get the fuck out there. Get that leg.
I'll give him a little wink. I'll move up here. Literally pick him up with my left hand, and then drag him back here.
Inside.
Yep.
And then
I'm just gonna set his fucking leg, because that was just my movement, right? Can I pick him up?
Oh, yeah. Picking up is the action.
Pick him as the action? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then actually I'll tuck him inside then.
Okay. Yeah, literally 3 seconds. He basically shuttle runs straight out and grabs a hold of the spotlight, just picks him up right over the poncho, and then rushes back over and kind of lays him down next to Shaker. As that's
Smoke
happening,
pops.
smoke is smoking out. As that's happening, Shaker kind of slaps Striga on the shoulder and says, "Hey, go do what you do," and points across the hallway. Striga, you're up.
That is exactly what Striga's going to do.
Oh, and hold on, let me get the smoke out because it is actually manifesting. Manifesting sounds more like a D&D word, but
It does.
it's the word I chose in the moment, and we're gonna go with it. I believe it goes out to a total of. Yep. All right. Put that on the token layer, and it'll continue to expand from that point.
Excellent. Yeah, so that's all the smoke we have. How obscured is it? Like, how much is that going to impact my accuracy firing into
Do me a
it?
favor. Go down to your cyber gear and look for cyber optics.
Should have infrared, right? So you got
Infrared, UV, low light, I think.
There you go.
Do you have cyber
Nice.
eyes?
I do. I have Cyber Eye, targeting scope, low light, infrared, UV.
Yes, you're good. So basically, you just switch view to one eye. You kind of keep your meat eye closed, and you rush forward, staring through it as you kind of proceed. You see
Okay.
bright red man sweating like hell inside of that suit across the way there. If you want to run, you can move a number of meters equal to 4 times your speed, but that's your action.
Okay, but okay, my speed's in meters.
Yes,
Mhm.
but your movement is you move normally. If you're just moving, you move double your movement in meters. Okay,
So that'd be
it's
Okay.
a number of squares equal to your movement.
Yeah. Movement is basically a square.
Mhm.
So okay, so if I run, is that my action? Can't attack.
Yeah, it's your action, but you can literally just run straight up on him.
Right. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, perfect.
Do I have enough movement to do that?
Yeah, absolutely, more than
Yeah.
your movements. If your movements at least a 6, you could run past him if you wanted to.
Yeah, nah, that should be good enough.
Okay.
'Cause now that I'm here, I don't see anybody else. Oh, I see.
You do see a heat signature over at the bar, but it
Right.
looks like whatever that is not moving.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna. Right there. Perfect.
Perfect. Cool. I'm going to put this onto the map layer. And then we are going to move from Striga to Crystal. You are standing... Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Striga will say over like the comms link. Another target by the bar. Cross away.
Okay. So, Crystal, I don't know if you have infrared IR view.
I do not.
Okay, so you can just see smoke. You know approximately there's a guy in there, and you are holding a chain gun. So how would you like to proceed?
I wonder.
All right, if you're going nuts, absolutely. You're shooting blind into it, so you'll be taking a penalty, of which I
Yeah.
denoted. Go ahead and make an attack with the tsunami.
Okay. There it is.
Okay, you're in that first range view, and my penalty is not enough to stop you. That is going to hit with 2 shots. For auto fire, you didn't go auto fire on this. You went for just regular shoulder arms. It looks like, so we're just going to say that you just
Yeah.
1 pop. Oh no, sorry, you can't do 1 pop. So that is going. Roll 2d6 for me.
Okay.
I think it hits by 1, so it's gonna probably get a blade. Okay, no, not bad. Okay. You hear a pretty sound shot and hit. You're pretty sure you hit the target because you see a flash of kind of spark of round hitting. But yeah, each time you fire the tsunami arms helix, you're dumping 20 rounds. You can only fire with auto fire.
Yeah.
And it's out of ammunition right now because its
Yeah.
box is 40.
And it's an action to.
It's 2 actions to reload it.
2 actions.
Yeah, so you have to use 2 turns to reload it. That said, it'll be an action to switch weapons too. So
Yeah.
it'll go to him. He is not blinded by the smoke either. I don't think. No, he is. He's fucking blinded as shit. So he is going to, not knowing there's a guy near him and definitely aware there's shooting coming at him, is going to fire blind out into this area where the tsunami arms fired. Pistol firing out, and he's taking the same penalty. It's a -3, so that means it shoots straight down out at you, Crystal. And as you're kind of like looking down at the box of the tsunami and kind of going fuck, like you're out of ammo, a bullet hits the box, and you're kind of like looking into the smoke like fuck you because it chipped the paint.
Oh no! I gotta pay for the new paint job. Fuck that guy.
Spotlight.
So Spotlight being dragged back on the way back, probably thanks Stark, starts going to basically I'm just not going to do anything this turn, but Sprocket throw up the hard mode engaged logo.
I assume you're kind of crawling past Tark to kind of look around the corner so you can see the firefight still, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then and I was like, all right, guys, just remember, whenever something like this happens, it's great to kick back and enjoy a spunky monkey.
And he's like gritting his teeth, and he's like in pain, looking down at his leg every so often, like in the camera view. And there's like the logo. It's being used by Sprocket to block out the wound on you because they don't want to show you wounded. So it's like censoring, but it's not censoring, right? It's just don't show the hero losing. It's not even a good job at all. Okay.
Hashtag product placement.
Hashtag product placement. Hashtag winning. Hashtag hard mode. Spotlight, yeah, I'm going to say that's a good turn on that. Blank is going to proceed to run. I believe 4 times 6 is
24.
24. Rushes in, past you, looks around very quickly, and you hear over the hollow, it's just a barkeep. And then you hear him yelling over the hollow, get the fuck down! And then Striga, you see the heat source that's over by the bar descend beneath the bar.
Oops. Not a target, just a bystander.
And then you kind of know that like he's going to decide whether the guy that's in there is going to decide whether he's a bystander or not. If he starts shooting at you guys, then he's dead.
Yep.
This is his chance to live.
Yeah, I mean, Shaker already addressed him, so it's Shaker's problem now.
Yep. Okay. Blank, done. Sugar, you are the next one on the docket.
Okay, I'm going to use a net action to have the turret on the left shoot at the dude that's in the doorway.
Okay. So go ahead and make an interface roll. This will be used as your attack roll. And Dan, can you do me a favor and throw an attack roll auto fire with painless real quick?
Oh, big yike.
Yeah, sure.
That's a 5.
Stricker, go ahead and make an evasion roll.
No. No. I'm so
How many
sorry.
times are you gonna shoot at me tonight?
I know. I'm sorry.
You said 5, right?
Let me see here. That's under combat. Nope, that's the wrong menu. Fighting, evasion.
Okay.
19.
Striga, you kind of hear the whir of the chain gun go again, and you know that it's wasn't a problem a second ago. You see the bullets come in, but you're a pretty sound mind individual, and you know that for a chain gun, tsunami arms, helix, painless, etc., it needs to be dedicated fire, right? You need to hold down the shot at a specific target. Whoever's behind the controls of this is a novice when it comes to gunfire, and apparently is just moving the mouse around so that it's shooting like all over the place instead of at one person. So you get hit by bullets, and the guy you're fighting gets hit by bullets, and the wall gets hit by bullets, and you're just confused, the two of you, as like, you know, a stray one or two kind of glances against you, but it's mostly just a spark show, and there's some like dark marks on your armor, but it's not like a pain. But
just hear like a deadpan over the comms. You just hear like a deadpan monotone "ow."
You definitely can see. The Striga is the only person who can see. In the heat source of Blank, his face is like a like a disappoint.
So Sugar will call out over the radio. My bad.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
one interface action.
One.
The gun can only fire once per turn, though, so it's done.
Okay, so
but the other gun could fire. It just doesn't have a target.
Is there anything else on the network that I can fuck with, or no?
This is not. It's not hardline connected to anything. It seems like whoever had control of this would have to be the person in the box.
Okay, so can I use? Okay, so I'm gonna use my final action. No, I think I have 3 total because I have interface 4.
Okay.
Okay, so can I just use my remaining 2 actions to shut him down?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and then you can untether your meat action, and you can move.
Okay. That's my turn.
Tark.
I'm sorry. Did I take any damage from that?
No. Neither of us. It literally was just a spark show, fireworks.
No, it didn't reduce my damage reduction or anything.
Nope, because again, it has to pierce to ablate.
I got you.
I'll switch my vision to my med scanner, just kind of augmenting my vision. I'm going to go ahead and as he's on the ground, Helix is dropped, not Helix, but the Painless is dropped, sliding out that little satchel I have, leather-bound satchel, rolls out forceps, scalpels, basically his flask, pours it on the leg.
Oh yeah, clean as fuck. And with the med scan, you actually see that it was one bullet that got through, clean, right through the armor, like right at a soft point. It hit in through the flesh, bounced against the femur, and then went out the backside in another soft spot. There is no trace of the bullet inside, but it hit that femur hard enough to fracture it. It's not a hairline fracture. It's a pretty solid fracture.
Cool. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of have like a binder, like I don't know, they have like this little epoxy binders, and I'm gonna basically take 2 forceps, opening up the wound, or for scalpel cutting it, opening up wound, and then putting the binder in and literally just filling it like a Twinkie.
Yep, you're at the trauma team page, so you basically know how this works for him, like what it'll do for the injury. I think you can minimalize it for a duration. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, just tell him what he's
like DV. What is it?
Oh, this is going to be a paramedic, right?
Yeah, DV-15. I'm looking for it right now. Sorry.
It's okay. DV-15 sounds more than paramedic.
I see like surgery and I see medicine. I don't see paramedic.
Yep, nailed it. So basically, exactly as it's described, that's what's happening to your leg right now, Spotlight. He basically is filling that fracture with the bone, like with a cement, and then binding, like kind of.
It's not really a cement. It's more like just a bandaging.
Yeah,
it's like rapid. It's like a rapid gauze, is what it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
which kind of sets on the leg
And then
there.
it binds to the bone and all that shit.
Yep, just fills it out.
Yep.
It doesn't feel right, but it feels better than it did a second ago. Tark, solid turn. Trigger, you're up.
Stabby stab.
Mm-hmm.
Stab the shit out of this guy. Oh, there we go. Attack. Actually, before I do that, instead of trying to stab him from around the corner, I'd move in just a little bit closer. So it's more direct. And then, so I got a...
Smoke would have grown out at that point, sorry.
Gotcha. 14 and 15.
Evasion for me, hold on.
And some crap rolls, but whatever. Yeah, those were really crap rolls. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, no. Sorry. Hold on. I have a penalty. First one's going to miss. Second one is going to be a dodge. Go ahead. What was the damage on the first one? 14?
Yes.
And his armor's already been ablated a couple of times. I'm going to move this here. Okay. And then he is going to take quite a bit of that, actually. That's going to be 9. Yeah, you hear kind of like a sickening pop. It sounds like flesh and also metal kind of getting chunked by the blade of the weapon. And then your next attack comes in, you hear like a drop, and your blade kind of slashes against the wall near you. And you can see his visuals as he's kind of dodging, but you definitely understand he's dodging blind. Striga done. Crystal up. You would have seen...
We'll move back around the corner, though. Sorry.
Okay. Crystal... Yeah, you would basically know that he's kind of right there, and you're out of ammunition with the box gun. At this point, you can start reloading Tsunami, or you can use your action to switch to one of your other guns.
I think we'll switch.
Okay. Assault rifle?
Yeah.
Okay. That's your turn. It'll go to the security officer. I am in melee. I have a pistol. I am going to try and shoot you, Striga. I am going to hit you, and 9 points to the chest, but your armor is higher than that, I believe?
Mm-hmm. I think it's at 12 currently.
So you kind of shift with it. Again, sparks fly as the bullet kind of does not glance and does not get enough to ablate. All right, spotlight.
All right. So with that treatment, what does that do for my minus to movement?
So your minus movement is currently fixed.
Eventually
You're going to have to go, and I'm going to have to do surgery on you, or someone's going to have to do surgery on you. But right now, you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Cool. All right.
It's a quick fix.
Right.
Let John decide the duration.
Yeah. Okay. So because I can't see any of the action right now, I'm going... Sprinting's a thing, right? Where I can move double my movement?
Yeah, I would say that... out of character note, if you do sprint on the bad leg, it will automatically snap back into bad time.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Cool. That's
fucking get it.
He didn't to keep. I'm saying that out of character. Your character wouldn't know that. So if you want to do that, go for it. What I'm saying though is like, I'm sure Tark, as he's like getting you up, would say, "Be careful with it. It's not perfect." You know, doing the typical bedside manner routine. Yeah.
Dude,
He did not specifically say
you already received an invoice via text message for expenses.
So I guess when he says like, he says take it easy, I'd be like, but I'm good to go.
Take it easy.
You
have a lease on. You got a lease on that leg.
Yeah, I don't know.
You get sent an appointment. I schedule an appointment.
You see in the chat, like in the Chirons, like, this Tark guy sus. What a loser! I bet he eats farts. Like,
oh man,
nobody liked this guy.
Going off that I'm cool and I'm decently intelligent, I'm gonna advise.
Live.
Get it.
Oh, the views though.
Yeah.
The views. I'm an animal to my viewers, man. They kind of rule things, so I'm gonna attempt the sprint.
Okay. Yeah. Immediately breaks out the leg. So your movement will reduce after the sprint. So you can move straight up to him, but your movement will be reduced by the penalty.
Okay. So. Okay. Can I just like you base the movement off of how far I can go? Because I can move 32.
Yeah, you can get right up to the guy if you want.
All right. That was 26, I believe, and then 26. That's 30. 32. All right. So
As
now,
you move up to Blank, you see him smile, and he kind of like looks over at you, and he says, "Yeah, no, good. Stand right there." As you're kind of like, and he kind of slides over to the. He kind of runs over to the VR braindance setup for the music. Kind of pops his shoulder on the side there, and you see him settle like there with the assault rifle, kind of looking at the door, just like waiting. After 7, his turn, the door opens, and you see a guy look at you and go, "What?" And he raises a gun up to shoot you, and you hear as a 3-shot burst comes from downrange from Blank as he puts him into that guy. I'm gonna roll Blank's attack here, or this lady actually. Sorry.
please take him. Please take her out.
Let's see, Blank.
So what happens with his leg when he gets there?
Oh, he basically feels it not working anymore and almost falls over.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a new ding in your inbox. With estimates.
Yeah. Here's my inconvenience fee.
I already fixed that.
The idiot charge. No.
Yeah.
No refunds.
No refunds.
Hey man, you don't know how many subscribers I got off of that. It'll cover it.
So he's 3-shot bursting. He
Fair.
is. So that'll actually put him into auto fire, I believe. Let me double check his skills. Sorry. Hold on. New character. Who it is?
All good.
I haven't played. Yeah, he's got auto fire. He's ready. No, he doesn't have it. What? No, that's wrong. Okay, hold on. Fixed. Taking the shot. I am trying to take the shot. Auto fire on. And pew. Okay. So he is, I believe, in optimal position. I tried to be in optimal position. 22 meters. Yeah, exactly. The sweet spot. And he aimed, so he has a bonus. He has his targeting scope, which adds more, +4. And then he has a brace position, which adds 2 more. So that gives him a total of +6, and he aimed for the head. And he needed a 17, and he got ultimately the result that's showing on the marker. So he hit with all 3 rounds. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 times 2 is enough. You watch as she runs out and kind of looks at you, Spotlight, and you're kind of like, oh, fuck. As your leg is hurting, and you watch her head just as she gets scooped by Blank. And you see
Rocket
him.
has a little kill counter for all the team members. Like, and I think they just say team member 1, 2, 3 because
If you start to turn in his over to him, you see him kind of like cover his face and say, "Fuck off with that shit."
no, they're Sprocket. I got Sprocket ahead of time have a little sticker pop up when it shows his
a
face,
smiley face.
and it's a little smiley face, and the kill count goes up another like ding.
He doesn't know that, so he's like covering it up with a little smiley face. That's perfect. Sugar, you're up.
Okay, gonna move over here. You said there was another node here?
Yeah, the turret itself, like a physical turret.
Oh, okay, so I don't care about that, right?
Yeah.
So...
And you would know that moving up, so you don't have to move out there like
okay,
that.
so I won't move there. So I guess... Do I detect anything like...
There's no nettos here. It doesn't look like there's anything in this
1,
hallway.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ah!
You running?
14.
Just running up. So there's a bunch
Yeah.
of there's a bunch of
We'll be
smoke.
here.
You kind of like see it and can see that there are shadows inside of it. You can see the Biomon readouts for Striga inside. So they're kind of like floating in the air. Yeah, kind of move up that direction and are hearing fighting happening. Tark. throwing your bundle back in your bag. I mean, that's part of
Yep.
what was happening last turn, but go ahead and take your turn.
Infrared, flipped on. SMG. Actually, no, fuck it. I'm gonna use the new gun.
Okay. So I'd say with the bag being pulled out and the new gun being something you have to kind of...
SMG would probably be more likely to be the use the
SMG is easier to
wouldn't it?
pull up. But again, do you have UV, IR, anything?
Oh yeah.
Then
I have infrared.
you can take a shot.
Full auto.
Yep. So you are 7 to 12. So 17 was the DC. You hit by more than 3, which means that'll be a 3-shot burst for solid hit, but it's actually for a...
And these are AP rounds.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll have his armor beforehand. No, it doesn't have per armor piercing. It double ablades. So this is actually going to do 5 times 4, which would be 20 damage. And that's to the body. That gets through, and that will seriously injure him. And his armor's fucked up.
Okay.
Okay. Trigger.
That's me.
Keep stabbing him if he's still alive.
Yep.
So let me do this here. Stab, stab. Oof.
Okay. Going for evasion. So he, again, is not seeing anything, so he has a penalty, just 5. So the first attack will hit by 1. The second
Can't believe
attack
that.
will miss. So 8, actually, with his his armor being where it's at. You kind of swing in, and you can hear like a loud clunk, and then you kind of feel weight on you, but as you're kind of pulling it back and bringing it in the second blade, you hear it miss, and you can see his heat signature kind of just drop and crumple at your feet. He's dead.
Excellent.
Moving past him.
Yep. Move past him. Where'd Blank go?
If you go inside, past the smoke, kind of, just looking around, you can see Blank has set up, kind of like posted on the bar there. Well, it's not a bar; it's like a music bar over in the center, and he's kind of posted up. He's got like the gun braced perfectly. It's still smoking from how he just shot this person who's in front of Spotlight. Spotlight looks pretty well wounded, and yeah.
Oh, all right. So
The door's
okay.
open
So it looks
here.
like that's where people are coming from.
Yeah, and you see Blank kind of do like a gesture, like a military gesture, that the door that is Spotlight's at, that's where to go.
Okay, cool. So Strigo will post up by this wall here,
Okay. Crystal.
and probably next turn be moving into that room.
Okay.
So since this dude's dead, she's gonna run straight over him and actually post up. I think that gives me... Yeah, that'll give me a decent line of sight.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna move around the corner. I think I remember this map. Yeah.
Spotlight, as
I'm
you
gonna
kind
move
of
like right here.
hobble and look inside of the room, you'll notice that there's nobody in it. The door's completely empty. There's no one left in this room, and this is the room that you were told to go to.
Yeah, they heard us coming.
I'll let him out. Let him know room's clear.
And as you're kind of like looking inside, you see there is a door on the north side of the room. You'd also notice that the table in the center there looks like it has a lot of access ports for net architectures. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been in this room before, back room with Grease, but yeah, it's got a lot of really fine bottles of alcohol, and really a nice looking little back room there.
All right, I'll let him know there's a door to the north. Sugar, there's somewhere we can jack in, and Crystal, let me pour you a drink. And I kind of hobble over.
Ooh.
For the time being, combat is halted. So I'm just going to go from left to right, and we're going to go through each thing. We're going to start at Spotlight, though, in the left to right process. So that means he is mixing a drink. Looks like most of it's vodka, but there is mixing elements for any number of kind of different drinks. Screwdriver, vodka martini, vodka and tonic.
White Russian.
White Russian, absolutely. But again, all synth products, nothing real here. And then you do that, and then it goes from that to Dan. Dan, you kind of catch up with everybody. Shaker kind of like gives you a look and says, let's check out this guy on the side here, and kind of walks over to the bar, kind of keeping his gun up, and says, you can come up. And a bartender kind of comes up, goes, hey, and looks like super nervous. We'll interact with that in a second. Unless you want to move to do something else, Dan, this is just what Shaker's suggesting.
I would ask the barkeep a couple of glasses, and I would take a little
Okay.
bottle off my back and ready to pour some of the.
We'll get to the discussion
glasses.
here in a bit. Elizabeth, you're being served a drink. Crystal's being served a drink. Do you want to do anything else?
We're also going to be kind of listening for. I kind of am interested in this door because I think that's the only door out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd actually, while he's mixing the drink, listen to the door.
Okay. So it appears that the door, as you kind of get close to it, just opens.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. And you can see what appears to be a motion sensor kind of above you, and also on the other side inside. So you're pretty sure you've triggered that.
Mm-hmm.
That said, moving on to Gita, what is Sugar doing at this time?
Sugar is apologizing to Striga for shooting him multiple times. And then she'll kind of park next to the interfacery that's available here.
Well, you got Striga with the cyberneck, kind of like, I'm so sorry.
It's kind of more like.
You notice that the knives on Striga's SMGs are covered in blood.
These meatheads. So then, do I notice?
Oh
yeah. Do I notice that this thing is popping off?
As you're sitting down and like getting ready to set up and like hack some shit, you see that she's kind of like turning around, looking at you sheepishly, knowing what she did. And she also sees that inside there's a much cooler desk that looks like it's surrounded by security terminals.
Oh yeah, we're gonna fuck with that. So can I try to turn off that sensor?
It's too late. It's already been triggered. It's
okay.
There's no point in it.
All right. Are we gonna be in danger if we go in there?
No. Not any more than you are right now.
Okay.
Everything's danger.
I mean, you live in Night City,
Yeah.
So, hey, Crystal, can you watch my back while I fuck around with this?
Anytime.
Okay. You do see that there is another door in this room. It's over here.
God damn it.
So, Crystal, if you post up there with drink in hand, you kind of set it down on the desk and then kind of like sit in the chair opposite of Sugar and kind of like watch it from there. You can kind of get a decent platform for your assault rifle. So that
like
you have
here?
Yeah. Well, no, she'd probably be sitting at the desk.
Let's switch.
There.
Yep. And then you kind of can post it and kind of set it so that like you're holding it with one hand. And you have the drink and you can drink it, but you can immediately kind of like lock down the barrel of the weapon and fire with a braced position.
Perfect.
Moving back to outside, Sugar, I'm assuming you're also keeping post on like behind you, right?
Yeah, Striga's basically going to move to like right about here.
Sure.
Where like keep an eye on everything. Cover is like right behind me. So if something starts popping off, I can just jump over the bar and hunker down.
The ventilation system very quickly clears the smoke from the smoke grenade. You would know that Night City doesn't have the same hangups as our world. Is basically like hyper stylized the 80s. So people still smoke at bars, much to other people's kind of chagrin. But the systems around it have kind of developed to a point where smoke is very quickly dispersed out of the system in this space. But you walk over and you can see that Blank and Tark are talking to the barkeep, who's pulling out a couple of glasses, and he says, hey, I just work here. I don't actually get to go into the back room. I was just getting ready for making sure everything was stocked for the night. Mondays aren't super popular, but
look, why are you rambling? put basically down my glove and show a picture of the guy that we're looking for Greece. Where's
in the
this
back-
guy?
He's in the
Don't
back room.
bullshit.
He's in the back room.
Are you fucking with me?
Blank kind of like places his hand, going, good cop. He says, I think he's on the level. What's your most expensive bottle back there? And the guy kind of like pulls a bottle of, looks like from the 90s, like a classic bottle of vintage alcohol, like one of the very first synth alcohols. This is the best we got. It's a synth gin. And you see Blank kind of smile. Okay. Looks at Tark and says, I think he's cool. Count this as one of the lucky moments and lucky stars in Night City, kid. He says to the barkeep, and grabs the bottle, pours himself a drink, and then pours you a drink as well. Back inside, Spotlight, you're kind of messing around with the drinks. You can hear that something's going on in the room with the computer. You can also hear something's going on back at the bar. Do you want to move to either of those directions, or rather hobble to either of those directions?
With our comm thing, they would have to specifically like say something. I don't auto.
You can
hear what they're
always hear what they're saying. Everything's on blast.
It's just like chatter.
So then, yeah, I would, knowing that that's kind of died down, I would hobble over to over here.
You can mute it, or you can mute yourself, but nobody's really done that.
Right. Can I sprint, quote unquote, as
No.
with my hobbled form? So I can only ever move 4 movement or 4 squares.
Yep.
All right. So I move 4 squares over to the store, so I can kind of like peek in a bit, kind of get some close up hacking action.
Sugar, you sit down.
I play up Sugar, like, watch Sugar. She hacks the system.
Watch who?
Who's that?
There's literally a bleep inside of the stream, like as he kind of very quickly toggles it. So your code junkie is on the level.
I pay him.
And then
well.
you hear a don't do that again.
Watch player number 3 as they hack the system.
Don't out me to your fucking bozos.
Don't worry, Sprocket's good at his job.
Yeah, there's a person in the chat who posts a clown emoji, but you actually see that his name is a bozo, and you're pretty sure he's a member of the gang, the Bozos.
Oh, no.
And then it says, "Oh, this bitch." Anyway,
Oh, no.
the Bozos don't like people making fun of them.
Instead of player, I'll who's it for? We're doing this for junior something.
Junior, yeah.
So it'll be junior 1, junior 2, junior, like we're junior and then a number, so they know that like the build that association. That's why I reference all of us as the generic names.
Yeah, I'm sure
When I
Strick is
don't
okay
screw up
with
and actually
their
use the
handle
logo.
being used, though, right? Because they're pretty much incog as is, right?
What's
Yeah, Chad, you're muted, but I think you said yeah. It looked like you were saying it. And then Crystal
Yeah, that's
also,
like Riga is a name with a reputation attached to it.
and they want that to be brought out,
Right.
okay?
Yeah, and then
That's
Crystal,
the name they want all the publicity attached to.
Crystal's also in the you can use my name. That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tark also is known by the chat, and I think the only
It's
two.
junior 1, junior 2.
Yep.
Spotlight, Park, Striga, Crystal.
Yep. And so Sugar, go ahead and make an interface roll.
18.
Yep. You plug into the system and you realize that this is a solid net architecture. This is a data fortress.
Yike. Big yike.
It is not impenetrable, but this will take a little bit of different effort. So I am going to move you, specifically you, probably just moved everyone, into a new map,
Oh my god.
which is NetSpace.
I'm gonna pee.
All right.
Oh no,
Pee.
it's all black.
It is currently all black. That's right.
Yeah.
And as you enter into NetSpace, you will see basically nothing. This is the access point. Do you
Okay.
see it?
Just who else imagined the AOL sounds? AOL sounds like-
Hold on. I see why it's not showing. Got it. Dynamic lighting, vision on, save. Are you seeing it now? No?
Negative.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see.
I'm on the map.
You saw a flash of something and then you saw
Yeah.
you're in a space.
Do I need to move? I think if I move my token.
You're okay.
No.
You shouldn't move your token. Keep it where it's at.
Okay. I can see me, but nothing else.
I know. I understand why.
Okay.
Because of shenanigans. Daylight
Cool.
mode. You should be in a blue box on the end of a blue circle, a half circle. You
Yeah,
see
I
that now?
see the half circle.
Okay. I'm going to change the music. Maybe something a little bit more
Hackery.
elevatory
Okay.
as you enter into the net architecture. Okay. First things first. The current space that's ahead of you is basically just a block. This is a simple thing to bypass, and I'm looking up the interface rules. Bear with me here. Net running. We're going to work through it together.
How do you net run?
No, I remember, but I want to make sure that you understand. So you're using net
I don't
actions.
understand. Sorry, go ahead.
And we have been doing it wrong a little bit. So you can use
Cool.
an action to make multiple net actions. That's that. You can't do a meet action during the same turn that you do net actions. Basically, meet action is in real life action.
Okay.
Interface rule. Okay. Interface abilities. You can perform these following abilities. You can backdoor, which allows you to bypass, break through passwords or other obstructions in a net architecture.
Mm-hmm.
There's currently a wall or obstruction in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Cloak is another ability that you can use that allows you to hide your actions in the architecture before you leave it. So it's
I
kind of
have
like
the
a
list.
Okay,
So you
perfect.
don't have to go down the list.
Okay, I will not go down the list.
Okay.
Currently, there is a wall event. So for this first action that you're going to attempt, you're going to want to use the backdoor ability, which will require an interface rule.
Before I start popping that off, I have programs. Like,
Okay.
out of character, do I need to be afraid of getting, like, fucked by
You
the
are
enemy
in
netrunner?
a net architecture. That is absolutely a possibility.
Okay.
There's also the possibility of demons being present. So that's
Okay.
another thing to keep ahead. Black ice
So-
programs.
So can I run my armor
Yes.
program? Okay, can I run more than one program in an interface turn?
You can take as many actions as you'd like, but now
Okay.
that you're in the net architecture, the architecture will be acting as well.
Ooh, okay. So I'm going to power up my armor and shield.
Okay. And you have one more action.
Okay, so then I'm gonna try to get through the block,
Okay. Go ahead
through
and
the
make
back door, and I have to do a roll.
interface rule. Yep. I've got the DV.
Okay.
More than enough. You shatter it very quickly.
No. That I haven't rolled.
Oh, I thought that 18 was it. Sorry.
That's the old roll. Hold on. I have to find it. Oh my fuck. I'm sorry.
It's
I
in
had to, like,
custom.
custom skills.
Mhm.
Oh, there. 14.
Now hold on a second. Okay, perfect. So yeah, it breaks.
Okay.
And you can see that there is another level of the data fortress. As you enter into it, you can see that there are 2 data files. The data
Okay.
files are currently not read, and you should note that there is an action that allows you to view the pieces of data. If you want
Okay.
to take those actions, you can. Space in this space is not a thing, so just assume the level that you're on, you're on.
Okay.
It can hold that many different programs. You're just one that's floating in it. There is
Okay.
another wall.
Hey, I gotta
directly-
take my dog. Sorry to interrupt. I gotta take my dog outside.
Go
Is
do
that
that.
okay?
Yeah, that's fine. We're dealing with this. So there's another wall, and then 2 data files. How would you like to proceed?
I want to
The
use 2. Go ahead.
the net architecture has done its stuff. By the
Okay.
way,
So I want to take my an action each to like read the files.
okay. So the first one appears to be a list of individuals who have been in contact with the ownership and proprietary ownership of the Astral Sea. And what you're learning is that it belongs to an organization that seems to be referred to in redaction. So instead of having there be a name there, it's more referential to like Party 1, which you would know is kind of corporate speak or corporate lingo for
Yeah.
not identifying who the corporation is. But there appears to be a corporation that is engaging with the people who are running the Astral Sea and keeping tabs on everyone who's come to meet with the management and proprietary management of this establishment. That's what this list is. If you're viewing the second data file, The second data file appears to be a hard copy of a contact list that would be on an agent or internal agent. And based on what you're looking at, the names that you're seeing here look like they are very much falling in line with what you would assume Greece's contact list would look like. One name that very clearly stands out to you, Sugar, would be Anika.
Oh shit. Okay. So meaning that Anika was an agent.
Nope. Just that he
No.
was in contact with her and had her as a basically a name in his Rolodex.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, and then, can I use can I use Pathfinder to learn the map of the architecture?
Absolutely. So you can see, this is a free mapping. You would see
Okay.
that there is a direct route through the data fortress. At the end of it, it appears that the higher two levels have some sort of connection from this space to a different net architecture that is not this one.
Okay.
And it looks like those two higher levels are blocked in black ice
Okay.
programs.
Which I don't want to fuck with.
Yep.
Okay.
Or if you do, you can. I mean, it's up to you.
No. So,
Breaking? Oh,
I think that's all my that's all my actions.
moving on to the next turn. Actually, you will not have an opportunity to break. So you would actually be up one level, and inside of your space, you are assailed from a level above, breaking the wall itself, Hellhound program.
Okay.
Bear with me here. Hellhound Black Ice. All right. I will assail you. Okay, so you can, during your turn, you can attempt to slide back away from it, but when it's on your architecture, movement is no longer free. And in its current state, it will fail to attempt to, hold on. Just roll a d10. Roll a d10 plus, or roll an interface check.
Is this a Black Ice program?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that didn't do it.
I rolled. Oh no, I didn't roll.
And it's plus 2.
I rolled a
plus 1.
17.
Yeah, probably more than I'll get here. Yeah. So you are being attacked by the Black Ice program, and so your defense, which is added to by shield if it's up, or armor rather, I believe, it basically does not succeed. Black Ice attack plus 1d10. And then that's its turn. So it goes to you. Like I was saying, you are in its same space here. If you want to leave this level and enter into the level where you can exit, you need to slide as your action. You cannot just free move away from it. So slide is an attempt to flee it. You'll basically make an interface check to try and escape it. And you can only attempt to slide once per turn.
Okay, this is a slide.
Okay. And then it is versus the attack of the Yep. So you slide and you enter into the escape point. You can now use your last or one of your last two net actions to just disconnect.
Okay, we'll disconnect.
Okay. So you know that there's more to this data fortress, but you do have 2 data files that you've extracted, which have a decent amount of information in them.
Okay.
That being said, we'll go ahead and move back to meat space.
Okay.
Crystal, the door hasn't moved at all. You're pretty sure you can go and break it open if you wanted to. It definitely doesn't seem to have a door handle or any other mechanism.
Right. If everyone's joining me, then yeah.
I would assume everyone would eventually pile in.
Yeah, once everyone's kind of in there and Sugar's done with her stuff.
Sorry, I was muted. But that dead guy or that dead lady in the door there, the one that,
Yep.
yeah, I would have probably patted them and the guy who's dead over here down for anything useful to add.
Sure. Nothing worth, like, nothing valuable to a solo like you. The
Right.
security operative, the one that got her head blown off, she has a pretty cheap cyber deck on hand, a very heavy pistol. Looks like she had an assault rifle underslung, and she had a radio communicator attached to her light armor Kevlar helmet.
Okay, the cyber deck and the radio communicator.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take those. I'm gonna give those to Sugar.
Okay. Place
Striga's
those on the
gonna
table.
Striga's gonna take the heavy pistol and the assault rifle.
Okay, this would be about when Sugar's kind of pulling, just going from the space, because it took us a long time to get through it. But in real space, like, it was probably like 6 seconds. Nothing. You plugged in and then unplugged, and we're like, holy shit.
And for the underslung, was there anything for that?
No.
Or was it
Sorry,
already loaded?
they don't have an underslung. Shaker has an underslung grenade launcher.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said the person at the one of those.
No. It's
That's
Shaker.
fine.
No worries.
Okay, then yeah, I will take the heavy pistol, but
Crystal?
the gadgets go to Sugar.
If you break the door down, it does manage, and you see that there is a small platform with a little lever kind of set in it. I'm going to go ahead and show that to you. And it looks like it is an elevator, like a step elevator that leads down into a sub basement.
Oh, sneaky.
Do you want to descend it? One person at a time.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Do you have a weapon up? Assault rifle?
Yeah.
Okay. You descend down into a small box. It goes only down about 15 feet, so other people could just drop down if they wanted to. There's a door on your north side, and I moved you to the position. It's a little bit further down. It's over.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. Do you want to open the door?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay kind of up top, just listening.
Okay.
And watching our back.
Okay. All right. So I don't know how you move through that wall.
Striga's going to be up front.
Dynamic lighting. Pop. You pop open the door. Inside, you see what appear to be 3 individuals sitting in chairs, very lackadaisically. They have virtuality goggles over their eyes. It looks like they have hard tethered bolts slammed into their necks. There are a number of different computers and different stations near them, and they appear to be completely comatose. You're familiar with how net runners operate. When they are hard connected to the net, they basically become unconscious.
Yeah.
Which you kind of just saw from Sugar for a couple of seconds there. These ones appear to be doing much larger processes.
Yeah. So they have like no idea that I'm here unless there's like a camera.
And as you kind of step
and even
into
then,
the space, you hear a door slide open to the south of you, kind of like here-ish. And out of that door, much to your surprise, comes a familiar looking face to you. You watch as Grease steps outside of that door and looks at you and goes, "Oh shit," and then turns around and tries to go back through the door he came in. What do you do in response?
We're grabbing that
Okay.
greasy motherfucker.
Oh, don't call him that. Just a handle. Yeah, go ahead and...
I'm not gonna let him slip out of our hands this time.
You'll make a brawling roll, and he'll make an evasion roll. Holy shit, okay.
Nice.
He does not dodge. You basically reach over and grab a hold of him like firmly. You can actually feel his bone kind of crack underneath your grip, and he kind of like, oh, and like you see he's holding 2 duffel bags, and he immediately.
Do you say anything over comms that you've caught him?
Drops those.
Sorry.
I'd probably, once I grab a hold of him, I'd probably be like,
in response to being
I got
grabbed,
him.
and you talking in the comms, you hear him yell, "Red Eye, botch it all. And he's kind of looking at you angrily, and you see the three people that are kind of in front of you start kind of, and their eyes kind of start fragging as they seem to just shake to death in their chairs.
Holy shit.
Fuck this dude.
And I'm missing it.
Yeah, you're missing all the action. Sorry, buddy.
I would be running down there, knowing that she.
Well, there's like a 50-foot drop, but you can descend down.
I would jump. I would literally just drop.
Well, Crystal, are you going to take him upstairs? Because it's pretty much like you're going to run into each other if you both do two things.
Yeah, I'll drag him upstairs.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, you've got him. You're taking him upstairs, and yeah, the elevator rises up at your feet, Tark, and you see them both kind of rise up to meet you.
I'm gonna have an air hypo ready with a real heavy sedative, like
You know that Joe Boys don't
Something
want him
crazy.
alive, but now he's in camera view, so Spotlight, you can see him.
Right. I mean, we're gonna.
All right, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
just gonna
here's the main
harvest the
attraction.
hardware, effectively. That's
Okay.
all.
Everyone's kind of standing around him as
They
he's...
basically wants to kill him on camera.
I put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Put him in the bag, and literally take out the hardware.
Okay. And start getting to work.
Why are
Yeah.
we putting him to sleep? I thought we were gonna kill him.
We are.
Slow kill. Slow kill.
What are you talking about? He's dead, dude.
Yeah, he's
We've already
dead.
caught him. He's done.
Yeah.
Wait,
We can chop him here or chop him somewhere else as I'm shoving him in the bag.
our
Shit.
job is to kill him. We
Shit.
need to kill him now.
We need to kill him and take his hardware.
Shaker
Um.
kind of walks over to you, Tark, and says, "Okay, I think I can settle this. Do you mind?"
Well, I mean, honestly, the goods are better if they're fresh.
No, I understand. I know exactly what you're going to be doing, and I know exactly where it needs to be cut to not cause any problems for a ripper like you.
I
okay?
mean, sure, I'll take an air hypo out and hit him with it. He's dead in 20 minutes. What do you want from me? He's dead.
No, it's just,
Look-
just
do
I
split his
have-
throat.
I hit him with a poison or something.
looks
I
over
don't
to
fucking-
Sugar and says, "Hey." Shaker kind of walks over to you and says, "If someone put a bullet through a computer, would you be able to resell it?"
Like,
You wouldn't be able to sell the whole thing, right?
We
You can sell
just-
parts.
We just had. I'm just trying to make sure
I just want to make sure you
that
understand.
the job is done.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
we're-
care about the.
Oh, it'll get
details.
done.
well,
We're
then why
good.
are you busting my balls?
Tark's got it.
Do
Like,
we have
I
the
pick up
hardware?
the body and I start walking out. Are we done
Hold on, wait,
here?
no, stop,
Do
stop,
we
stop.
have the hardware?
Shaker says, no. Put him down. Tark,
Okay, clunk.
she's right. Give us
Then I'll cut him here.
give
And
us
I
what we
just
need
start
here.
Getting out my tools and we start cutting.
Okay, you would basically just go for the part that you want, which would be the phone. So you basically cut into a cyberware, extract the neural link, extract the internal memory chips, extract the phone. And
I mean, I can veg him, honestly. If I want, I'll just veg him. Just keep his
yeah,
spine, his lower corpus
this
callosum.
portion is removed, and you
Or
take
syrup.
that and kind of spray it out, and like
Yeah.
dab it with the sanitizing liquid, and then hand that over to Shaker, who acts as intermediary between technology and biology, and hands the neural link processor and the phone over to Sugar. We're good, and
I guess that fucker's not getting up again after that.
no, he's a dead man.
All right.
If he
Um,
does, I got a pistol.
I'd say it was a pleasure working with you all, but
we'll
I
meet
don't know
again
that I
sometime.
can say that.
Blank says. I'm just sure of it. And then I would say too at this point, you take the information and kind of skadoodle with it. Crystal would probably leave with you. Blank would stay with you, Tark. But Crystal, you saw what you saw downstairs. Do you want to go and check that out? Spotlight's watching the show, like, and getting the show on feed. And
Yeah.
Strig, I presume, is sticking with Blank, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
I think I'd check out what was going on downstairs too.
Are we
Sugar,
packing up and moving on? Oh yeah, we got to go figure out what's going on downstairs too.
yeah, Sugar. Sugar, Striga, and Crystal. If you go downstairs, you find 3 dead net runners. You've seen this before, Sugar. They were fragged. Like someone literally had them hard tethered and basically burned out all their systems to overheat them and kill them.
Yeah.
They're dead. Looks like there's a door that leads to a staircase that descends downwards.
Are those duffel bags he had still there?
They are on the ground.
Okay. Striga will check them out.
Okay.
Fucking animals.
Pulling them open, you would see that inside there appear to be a bunch of pieces of parchment that have some kind of indicators, logos. These are some sort of corporate billings that you're not aware of. The logo that seems to stand out a shit ton on these billings is Biotechnica.
And that's both bags?
Oh fuck.
Both
Great.
bags.
Okay.
Again, it's not just Biotechnica. It just Biotechnica seems to be the main
The one
firm
that's
that's been dealing with this individual.
Yeah. Striga would zip them both up and I guess carry them with him. I believe someone can make sense of that information that probably matters to somebody.
Crystal, that's intel. Your current mission, which is side mission, is that.
Cool.
Okay.
All those
Totally fine,
logos
yeah.
are getting on stream.
Yeah. If you move down the steps, there does seem to be like a little rack there, just to make sure it does look like you do that. If you pop it open and look inside, it looks like there's a weapons rack. Nothing special. It literally is just a bunch of budget arms assault rifles. Low grade, pretty simple, easy quality to find.
Meh.
Any special ammo or anything else lying around?
Nothing cool.
Okay.
You head downstairs. There's a ladder that goes up to what appears to be like a small security console up at the top. Another door. When you open it up, with some effort, you would see that inside there is another trio of individuals. And Crystal, you think you recognize one of them. Looks like it's Red Eye. All three of them are dead.
Red Eye's
Even
dead?
Red Eye?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, dude. That's.
You said there's a security console?
Can I do a med scan? Is their cyber optics fried or just their?
Oh, if you're following behind them, after bagging the body, you see that they are full on dead.
Right.
Basically,
Nothing I can scrap. Nothing worth.
the brain was overheated to a degrees of 148.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the
in
brain.
a span of like 5 seconds. Yeah, they're dead. Oh yeah, you could.
I want to chop the eye.
It's gone. It's gone.
I want to sell it.
It would have overheated. It's useless. It's basically terminated.
Anything else I can chop?
There's nothing good on these bodies.
What about her cyber deck? I remember she had a really good cyber deck.
You check
Yeah,
out.
but doesn't that get wrecked during the rezzing?
Yeah. If you res someone, they don't.
I don't want to res.
No,
I just want to.
no. You don't
No,
understand
res,
the terminology.
Oh, I got you. I got
Netrunner
you.
lingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
You're not chill. But basically what's happened here is all these people, the only thing that you could possibly get from them is meat.
I mean, Red Eye was really fucking annoying.
Yeah, but
like most net runners.
These
I
bodies
wouldn't
are
mind
basically
fucking chopping her.
The good parts are basically useless because of the overheat. It literally frags out the internals. Like not just for the mechanical stuff, but also the flesh bits as well.
Yeah, they're pools of goo.
It's gross. It's fucking gross. But as you're kind
Smells
of
like
down
bacon.
there, it does. As you're kind of down there looking around, you would note, strangely, that the computers are still active and still operational. And Tark.
Can we extract security footage? Sorry.
Tark. You kind of look at the screens. And you can see that it's just kind of, lettering. Doesn't make any sense to you. Sugar, when you kind of look at it, you see an indicator that you recognize. There's a very specific indicator that keeps appearing on screen. And it's Red Eye's symbol. And it seems like it's still doing stuff inside of these stations. It's not too uncommon for netrunners who die in NetSpace to ghost. And basically have temporary kind of immortality living inside of the net. It's not permanent. Well, in one person's case, it was permanent. Or sorry, 2 people's cases, it was permanent. But it's not a thing that typically happens very commonly. And when it does happen, the person doesn't survive in cyberspace.
Right.
But it appears that Red Eye is currently a ghost in the machine, currently messing with something.
Okay.
If you'd like, you can make an interface check, but again, this software that this area you're plugging into just burned out 3 bodies or 6 bodies.
Yeah.
So
No, that's super dangerous. But I wanted to ask, like, if there is, okay, so like that, the console that has the security console, is there any way to extract like video from it without having to interface?
well, you're watching video, or you're making video of it right now. Spotlight's behind you, hobbled in, and is looking at the screen. So you'll
I meant video of like anything that was recorded
the
in the
only way to get any information out of this thing is to
just
interface with it.
interface.
High risk, high reward.
You could just smash and grab. You could pull the hard drive.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
It could prove beneficial, but if you're taking the hard drive, as far as intel goes now, you have 2 duffel bags filled with paper script of some sort. It's business documents. You have the internal agent. You have the hard drive for what appears to be Red Eye's supercomputer. And when you do pull that, like all of the data on the screens just kind of go. Yeah, whatever. It does look like this thing is still powered, though. It seems to be self-powered. So if you want to destroy it, you can, or you can leave it. Your call. But yeah, other than that, there's a door that kind of is at the bottom. It leads to a ladder, which leads to a private area. There are 3 dead women down there. Looks like they were all shot in the face. They look like they were kind of escorts, I guess is the best way to describe them. The caliber of fire that they were shot with looks like it's the same kind of weapon that Grease had on his person when he was put to sleep forever.
Night.
One of the ladies that's down there, like I said, they look kind of escorty, but one of them looks like she is a corporate escort, not like a I'm just a working girl in Night City. It looks like she's more of someone that a corporation might have sent out to them to act as liaison and also as
Yeah.
Is there anything on her body that like identifies her with a particular corp?
if you go through their stuff, they don't. The 2 that are non-corpo, they don't seem to have any identifiers, anything on them. Looks like they don't even have wallets or anything. But the one that you are kind of skimming through, I need you to go ahead and make a. Forgot the name of the roll, so I'm gonna go and look for it real quick. Sorry. It is the roll that I'm trying to make you roll is called a conceal/reveal object.
13.
Okay. So good enough. This is basically not so much for you to conceal or reveal an object of your own, but to understand how someone might do so here. Normally these are opposed checks, but again, this makes more sense for me. Like if you kind of look through her personage, she appears to have a false segment of her meat leg that appears to not be full cybernetic, but has a section of it that has been augmented to have a cybernetic pocket. And when you pop that bad boy open, it's like in the thigh where like a garter would be, and it seems it was covered with a garter as well. When you kind of push that aside and like pop open the leg, inside is an agent. The agent is currently locked. You'll need to get that back to like somewhere a bit safer to kind of try and unlock it.
Got it. Will do.
Because if you do it down here, it could ping to a cell tower and
Sure.
no good. Okay. Escort's phone, Grease's phone, Red Eye's hard drive, and
I got a greasy body.
bag of shit, bag of papers, and then bag of fixer. Correct. Great.
And data. 2 pieces of data.
Right.
Yeah.
The 2 pieces of data from the data fortress. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is a really stunning and stellar outcome for the session. Thank you, folks, for playing.
GG.
I will do the aftermath bit here, though. I just want to make sure everyone kind of understands where their characters are kind of going after the session. The Joe Boys pay everybody a total of 10,000 eddies. So each one of you gets 10,000.
Nice. Shopping spree.
Spotlight, you get an honorary induction into the Joe Boys. So Spotlight is now a part of the gang. And they say that you can keep Painless. Do whatever you want with it. Give it to whoever you want. You can keep it yourself.
boy.
You can let Tark keep it. You can give it to another party or another member of this group. Whatever you'd like to do with it. It's yours.
Tark's favorite to help fix me up and do
Tark
some other
gets
things.
a gold-plated chain gun.
Yeah, sure.
Sick.
That'll cover it.
Striga, you and Blank hang out with Salt and basically kind of maneuver out into an understanding at this point. Blank says that the heat on this was a little high, and he says he's going to start trying to be a bit more like what you're doing with your practice, to be incognito. This job was a little too high risk for him.
Wait, who said this?
This is Blank that's talking.
Oh, yeah.
And he would basically kind of start trying to create a new identity. But he wants to be a bit more like Striga in this regard by donning a helmet and just not using his name, using a false name.
Yeah.
He seems to pick up lessons from Striga. And Salt, the whole time, who's just a young, a Korean lad with a really sick car that he used all his money to buy, and a badass sword, is really just confused by you two old timers. Like, I think he was born literally like when you were his age. So he just doesn't get it, but he hangs out with you because he sees that, like he was raised to kind of like, learn from those that came before you, kind of situation. But he, so you kind of form up as a posse there, solo wise. And shortly after, I would say that regarding Tark, you're able to flip Grease's body pretty quickly. It moves relatively smoothly. But one of those days, as you're kind of maneuvering that sale, the person who comes in to purchase the main kind of bits of him, like the brain, the heart, the respiratory tract, is a strange individual who you've never met. You're pretty sure he's an exec, some strange corpo. Calls himself Blue Eyes. And he says, "We've never met, you and I, but you come highly recommended from a number of individuals I've had the pleasure of dealing with. From my understanding, you are very professional, very courteous. The material is perfectly preserved. Is that accurate?"
Yes, luckily.
Good. Very good. I have a very dire need for this specific material. And you're saying that the individual that is the donor, and he kind of smiles, and he's wearing glasses like I'm wearing now, by the way.
Yes, quite a rare genotype, truly. Took a while to find him.
Yes, I hear he comes as a very resplendent donor.
Yeah.
A good bit of effort was made on my part to find him. Thank you so much for the transaction. He kind of tips his glasses, and you can see that his eyes are like shining orbs of blue, like cyber eyes. You know that they are Kiroshi, like the highest tech of eye.
Nice.
If you've played Cyberpunk 2077, like, do you know who Blue Moon is? The girl in Us Cracks. You know how the band, like the Japanese, the J-pop band, has like crazy eyes?
Oh, yeah.
Blue Moon's the one with like
100%.
the double irises, and it's like really creepy looking.
Okay.
His eyes are that, but like bright blue.
Oh, cool.
And he kind of gives you a look, a nod, and leaves. Very strange individual. But yeah, you try and kind of like connect with your netrunner types. You try and connect with whoever you can fixture-wise to find out who he is. But the person who suggested this person to you, you don't remember who it was. You just got, basically someone set up the purchase for you. Then you met with him, and then you sold it to him. As you're kind of trying, are you fixated on who this guy is? Because he's very mysterious. Or would you
Yeah,
just, like,
100%. Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
you find out that the person who connected you with him and you are
I was
absolutely
looking for a character I have that would have connected me with him. I
You're
can't remember. He was
absolutely
in my old character sheet.
furious that you didn't catch this when you set up the transaction. This is like a couple of days after the transaction's been done, but apparently the message through the web and the connection that you trusted, there was already a trusted source, was Anika Chowdhury.
Oh.
So the person who set that transaction up is the person who went missing.
Huh.
Moving on from you and finalizing my bit with Crystal and Sugar, the two of you head back over to Zigzag's office, the people who really hired you for this job, and you head on into Zigzag's office, drop the material, and he goes, "Oh, mademoiselles, you've done very good for this very straightforward, very on brand of you, Crystal, and Sugar, you're doing great, just nice. I think my French accent isn't quite as bad as Zach's, but I am doing my best."
It's great.
Yeah, well, next time, don't pair us with such loser meatheads.
I had to give you the best of the best. You were traveling with some of the finest people that I have had the pleasure to work with. Tark was very professional, I presume?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
And,
very professional at cannibalizing our victim, but whatever.
I'm
He was
sorry.
doing his job. It's fine.
He says, "I'm sorry. How long have you lived in Night City?"
I've been here long enough.
You do understand that people make money a vast number of different ways, yes?
Hey, when we're on the job, we're on the job.
Would you
That's
rather...
all I care about.
That you said cannibalize. It would just sound like you were making a value judgment. I just want to pursue that for a moment. So, if I just want to be sure that
Zigzag, I don't pay you to be my therapist.
you don't pay me at all. I pay you.
That's right. So what is this
No,
therapy?
see, you're misapprehending. I am analyzing you, not vice versa.
That's therapy.
No, I don't want to help
Zigzag.
you. I want to
Oh my
understand
God.
you. Okay, no problem. We'll probably argue like this when I'm played by Zach. It's no problem. But I just
Probably.
want to make sure that you aren't going to get queasy on me because some of the people you might be working with are cannibals, as you say. There's a lot of sloshing in the jobs that I'm going to have for you in the future. And you're such a vibrant young woman. I would hate for you to not be ready for that, not able to stomach it. That's all.
Don't worry about my stomach.
He pulled out a cigarette and smoked it. He says, "Okay, good, that's fine." Crystal, I'm sure you had no problems. I saw the stream. Spotlight did a great job of documenting everything. It was very tasteful, actually, for most of his content. I really enjoyed.
Till this time.
I really enjoyed the part where our Netrunner friend told him to fuck off and called his chatters.
Was good.
I forget the name that she used, but she basically disparaged all of those little fucking pricks. It was funny. So yes, it would seem that I have a lot of work to do. I will be getting in contact with you shortly, Sugar, to help me with some of this material. I might not be able to get into it. And Crystal, I'll have something for you to do in short order as well. I can't stress how much I appreciate everything that you have done.
You're welcome.
Sorry, Zach. I had specific things I wanted to say. I know we could have gotten a better French accent from you. I know you're watching. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I said the things that I wanted to say. The main thing that he waits to say is when Sugar goes away and it's just Zigzag and Crystal. You see him kind of pull up his phone and hold it up, and you would see that there's a contact notice from Anika.
That bitch.
No, it's pretty fucked up, actually.
Wait, she's not okay?
We'll talk. He smiles, and kind of breathed out a puff of smoke as he kind of places the cigarette back to his lip. You can see a look of sternness on Zigzag's face as he kind of like looks down at the table, like he's thinking about what you said. He's also thinking about what he knows, and there's this kind of like, you've seen Zigzag kind of like aloof. You've seen Zigzag in, the pure like rictus of passion. You've seen Zigzag, fighting, bleeding, doing everything in his power. This is the first time you think you've ever seen Zigzag just like concerned, like afraid.
Oh no.
And he just breathes out a sigh of smoke. And that is where we'll end the session. If you are interested in the story that we've displayed here, please check us out on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., where we continue the Dark Skies story. I can't even say words. And thank you, folks, for participating as well. When we do another Dark Skies or Cyberpunk-related Patreon, your characters will continue to press forward. Also, a note for people who might be watching, people who might watch later, if you are a Patreon member and you've had a character in a Cyberpunk game of mine, we can work together to make them close to current. There may be opportunities for guest starring on Tuesdays for the Dark Skies game. So keep that in mind too. And again, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
All right. Oh no.
All these
Hold on. I didn't stop streaming.
Sorry.